welcome. How's everyone doing today?
We're here.
I suppose that's a good start, is being here.
That was a question for chat.
No, it's for all of you too.
Huh.
I hope you're all doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think a couple of our names got mixed up.
A couple of your names got mixed up.
Oh, who's playing
Oh,
who?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm Lil Red Dot.
Yeah.
I guess you're Patrick today.
That's cool.
There we go.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
Is it really your birthday, Maggie?
Oh my God! Happy birthday!
It is not my birthday.
I was gonna say, did I miss something? I was like,
You know
are
what,
we
though?
really one day apart? Because I was about to freak out.
I don't think that works because you do this on the Patreon videos where you just shout happy birthday, but that only works on YouTube when people are watching things that aren't live.
So I have a thing where like I always just yell happy birthday to people because I always just imagine that it's got to be someone's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Out of like the hundreds
One
of people.
day.
Someday. One time it was. Someone was like, how'd they know it was my birthday? I was like, yes.
That's amazing.
But no, it's not my birthday. It's like a joke in our community because they think that I stay for 48 forever.
Yeah,
I
she's
think-
always 48.
I believe this.
You know
It
what?
was written on a balloon.
It's
It's
canon
true.
now.
Lauren was at my 48th birthday.
I was at your 48th birthday party. It was a really good 48th birthday party.
It was funny because I invited these like a couple people who did not know who I was, and they just came in and they're like, they saw like cupcakes and like it said 48 and there were balloons. They're like, wait, was this your birthday party? I thought this was just a party. I was like, oh no, they're just everyone
It's
trolls
your
me all the
birthday.
time. But welcome to the second episode of Jasper Jinx Academy. We hope that you all enjoy what is ahead of you, or if you've already watched episode 1, that you enjoy this. Today we do have a new witch that has been joining our ranks, but before we get to all of that, we'll just kind of do the spiel, and then we'll let everyone introduce themselves, and we'll get things going. So, if you want to support the channel and support all these lovely people and help pay the wonderful cast that I have here, because I know they would all love to be able to pay their cats, their dogs, their pets. I don't know what kind of pets y'all have. I know what kind of pets these people have, but not everybody. Do
Is
you
a
have
credit
pet,
card a
Patrick?
pet?
It's expensive as
Do you have a pet, Patrick?
I do. I have an adorable cat.
Oh, another cat. What about you, Mason?
There's an emote of my cat.
Yay. Oh yeah, there's emotes of the kitties.
Meow.
But yeah, so paying people's cats food, you know, that's helpful. We like paying our cat food. But yeah, so you can just hit that subscribe button there on Twitch and help support us, or if you're feeling extra generous, you can donate to the channel, and that is how you can support us. If in a non-monetary way you want to help support us, you can just hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't miss out on any notifications, and of course retweet and Facebook share and all of that jazz, because that helps us. I know it sounds really silly, but it actually really does help us a ton. But yeah, that's all I got. So I'm just gonna go around and let I guess everybody say who they are, where you can find them at, and then we'll get into all the things, starting with our newest member here, Ziggy, played by Boss.
Hello.
Don't mention your character yet.
Yeah,
So
I won't do
we'll
that.
introduce that yet.
I'm Ballast. I stream on Twitch pretty much every day over at twitch.tv the Ballast, and I post when I do that on Twitter. Mostly stream a GTA Twitch RP server, but recently more Path of Exile.
Ooh, Path of Exile, so good.
It's very good.
And of course, moving over there is Eon, played by the wonderful Patrick. And you can talk a little bit about your character as well, because you've been announced already.
I'm a trashy witch known as Eon. I stream every day on Twitch as trashy me, Patrick. Today I started playing The Sinking City, which is a Lovecraftian kind of RPG. It's amazing. I love it. And I'm totally addicted to it, and I just want to play more of it.
Nice. And of course, moving down, we got Ezra, played by the wonderful Random Tuesday. Tell us all about your wholesome witch, and of course, where people can find you
So
at.
wholesome.
You are wholesome, as
Wholesome
much as
as
they
I
say you're
am.
not. Don't listen to those fools.
My name is Random Tuesday. You can find me on my own Twitch channel, Random Tuesday, or also playing RPGs with Maggie over on Roll For It on Sundays. We're finishing up our Crashfire Teenage Superheroes campaign. And then, or I make cosplays. That's the thing that I do a lot of on Twitch. And I am playing Ezra. And Ezra is the most wholesome, but also oblivious and super helpful and really enthusiastic about her friends. And Lauren thinks that she needs new friends because they're all kind of awful.
You have had the worst luck with friends.
But Ezra thinks they're all great and she loves them.
Oh, poor Ezra. Well, she is oblivious, so it kind of does work. It works.
She has no idea.
She has no idea. Poor soul. And so our final witch here, who is a transfer student to Jasper Jinx High. If you have watched our one-shot, which is the first show that I put up here of Witches and Spellcraft, which is a game that I'm working on, you might have seen Cypher on Hecate High.
Yay! Now she's a Jasper Jinx gal.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Hey gang, I am Little Red Dot. I'm a GM and a digital storyteller where I hop from channel to channel playing RPGs and telling stories. I also do that on my channel, and I'm kicking up a new campaign on Tuesday, which is kind of exciting. So a little scum and villainy.
Ooh, yeah. I saw like the little trailer that you were working on for that, and it's
Yeah,
so
the
good.
big trailer I just cut, so it's rendering as we speak. So very exciting. Yeah, little space shenanigans coming your way. But yeah, I'm so stoked to be back. So excited for more witchiness.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love some good witchiness. And of course, that's where we're going to go right into. So, last week we had some interesting things happen. All of our wonderful characters made it to the first day of the school at Jasper Jinx Academy. They got their rooms all situated and made up, and they look wonderful, or wonderful in their own eyes. Maybe not so wonderful to other people. And we had our first class. Some people made it to class on time. Others were a little more late in their efforts to make it into class, whether on purpose, as they did not care, in Eon's case, or in the cases
I have no idea what you're talking about.
of which they maybe set too many alarms and kept hitting snooze, which none of us can relate to at all.
You know,
Not at
at
all.
some point it's almost bad to set too many alarms, because then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'll just get the next one.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll just the next one.
I
And
can't
then
do that.
20 alarms later, you're an hour late.
Only two.
I can't do that. I have to just set one and deal with it. I hit the snooze button though sometimes, and it's like, yeah, I might abuse it sometimes. But hey, I get to work an hour before everybody else. That's how I deal with like never ever being late.
I have like 40 alarms.
Yeah, two.
40 alarms? How?
Oh,
like
yeah.
on your phone, do you just have like every 5 minutes? Oh
just-
my gosh, Patrick!
Yeah, I don't wake up to any of them either. My girlfriend usually just slaps me awake. She's like, stop the alarm. And I have my phone at like full blast. I will just,
It's like one of my old roommates who had her phone and then like a clock alarm and then like a third alarm, but she would leave all of them on when she wasn't there.
that's like me.
Oh no, and you're just hearing the alarms going off? What? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm very hard to wake up when I'm at home, but when I'm like away for business or whatever, or a trip or whatever, I wake up immediately. Like one alarm and I'm good. I don't know what it is.
And then, of course, as they got to their class, they learned a new spell from their teacher, which some of them may recognize the teacher and others may not. She is a little kind of fey-looking creature with wings, and she's adorable, and her name is Professor Del Astra, and she's their herbology teacher, and she was teaching them a new spell called Green Thumb, which some people excelled at. Did anyone here get a level 1 in it? Nice. There we go.
I did not. I was gonna say I thought Ezra did.
Yep. Ezra is enthusiastic enough.
Ezra got
The
it.
enthusiasm that plant
Actually-
into growth.
I don't think I successfully cast it once.
No. How many times did you cast it? Successfully or non-successfully?
Let's see what this says. This says I failed twice.
Ooh.
Before shenanigans started and rumors began. And that literal trash fire started.
Yeah. So how this system works is you can learn a new spell at any time, but of course teachers are going to teach you spells and you immediately get to learn them if you learn them the first time. Now if you don't, then you get a 0 and you have to kind of level it up. And how you level up your spells is you either successfully cast it 3 times or you fail 5 times. And once you fill up one of those pods, you get the next rank, which would take you to the 2nd level if you were level 1. If you were level 0, then you would get 1. And then you wipe away those check marks and you start all over again with those. That's kind of how it works. And it's just fun. You get to just learn magical spells all the time. So we're going to pan in there. We have our wonderful Eon who's scooping up the barf of it. Actually was not Celeste, it was Heath.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Heath.
Puked
Heath
all over
vomited
the
all over his flower. His pot.
He just
And I was gonna scoop it into my bucket and try to. I don't know if you would allow me to try to do green thumb since I was late. I only casted it once and I failed. But I was gonna...
so like the end of class is almost coming up, so you got that one chance to cast it.
Okay. Well, I would just Eon would just take the bucket or the pot of barf and soil and seed, and I would just kind of hold on to it.
Yeah. Ball's face was the greatest. He's like, all right, that's happening.
This is how this is gonna be.
I don't think you've met his character yet. You're about to find out. Yeah, so I'll allow you to scoop that up. We can say for the sake of
I'm sorry, that just tickled.
We can say for the sake of the fact that you all are witches and you're going to all your classes that you probably have some things with you, whether it's your books or little bottles or vials or whatever it is that you would have based on your character. And I feel like you have some weird stuff in those vials. I don't know if I want to know what are in them.
You don't.
Would Eon just have like an empty like yogurt container that hasn't even been cleaned out properly, or like
it's got mold still in it? Probably
that like old mayonnaise jar
is actually a tub of lard, but half of it is gone. A little moldy inside, but I've named it Chuck.
You've named it.
I have, yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to make it sentient. It's not working out very well.
I definitely want
the smell of this jar will make you up, Chuck.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to grow a slightly sentient monster named Chuck, and so I was hoping that I could just take my, a little bit of Heath and a little bit of magic and just throw it in Chuck.
Yeah, maybe. In your off time, you might decide what you want to do with that time, and it might be trying to make Chuck.
Chuck.
As all of you are sitting there and what we see right now is Diane. Actually, she's not here at the moment, but she is here in this scene where she is kind of distracting Del Astra, and Cypher is kind of peeking over and smiling, which she has not smiled this whole entire, like all of last episode until that ending. And Eon kind of like smugly swiping the barf into his jar. And Ezra, what were you doing exactly? You were kind of like looking back at them. Yeah. You all.
I think she was planning on. I was gonna cast an enthusiasm spell, but then the opportunity did not arise because the farts happened.
Because the farts happened.
I did.
I like Ballas's reactions the most because he's like,
yeah, Jan was quite flatulent.
I may edit these, but I have not watched them all the way through.
I will be your best friend soon. Just you wait. I'm a pretty cool guy to hang out with once you get past the 60 feet of trash.
Oh, and yeah, totally.
When I said I was a trash witch, I literally meant it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so what we see happen after this is, or what we hear actually, is you all hear this ding. The sound that you are familiar with maybe Cypher the least familiar with, but you've heard something similar to this, and it sounds like the loud chiming of a clock, and all of you know this as the end of your class. Delaster kind of zips away, and you see her sprinkle a bunch of, like, as she's flying around the room, there's little sprinkles of like fairy dust coming down, and it kind of like cleans off the surfaces, and she kind of just prepares the area for the next class. Now you all either immediately leave or you decide what you want to do, but the next class that you have won't start for roughly 3 hours. You have a break, and then you have lunch, and then you have a little bit of time after lunch, and then you have your next class. So you can choose what you want to do with your time, but as you kind of get out of your classroom, the first person who will kind of run into you, and this is specifically Ezra, you are like leaving the classroom, and you kind of like clumsily bump into someone, and all your books fall down, because I feel like that's very much something that would happen with you. And
she would not notice a person if she walks into them.
And Ziggy, you run into Ezra, or Ezra ran into you. You're not really sure. To explain to us what you look like.
So my character looks a lot like just kind of a punk kid, but alternative rock guy, and a couple piercings, got casual clothing all the time. Carries around a spell book that's just like it's like a hardback music book, but it's covered in like band stickers essentially. So that's kind of what my character looks like. And yeah, you can see all the stuff that he's kind of about. Very casual. He's very smug. Seems seemingly random and kind of wild person. And but it's not so good about science and reading. That's stuff he's not really into. So definitely more about the music and arts and stuff like that.
Yeah. You bump into Ezra, or she bumps into you, one or the other, and like
definitely she bumps into him.
Books go flying. Think there's maybe like a bottle that goes down. Like, were you carrying some of your potted plants with you?
Probably.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think she manages, like, because she's sporty, right? So I think she like fumbles and like drops all her books, but the plant is precious, so she's.
Do you want to roll to see?
Yeah,
how well
she's
you do
gonna
it?
try.
That could be fun.
Thank God you didn't bump into me or Chuck. Okay, let's
try not to destroy her plant.
Oh, Ballas, make sure that you have couple settings set up. Make sure you have automatically roll 3D dice and enable 3D dice.
I would say
it's in the settings on Roll20.
She is she likes playing sports, which probably means she's got like pretty good hand-eye coordination and is good at catching things. So I think +1.
That'll definitely give you +1 for sure.
Cool. I don't think anything else really applies.
Well, let's look at it. So, and everyone can look at the sheet, at her character sheet. So how these work, how roles work if you're new to the system, because most of you probably are, unless you watched the first episode. You get a +1 to any of your rolls, and then you roll a 2d8. You get +1s for advantages, and then things can also give you disadvantages. So I definitely think Sporty would give you a +1.
I would argue I'm in this situation because she's oblivious, so maybe that wouldn't give a penalty.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good argument.
That's already why she has to deal with this.
I think playing sports also gives you an extra one. Even though I know those are both sports things, I still think you get a +2 for that.
I mean, I won't say no to a +2.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anyone else think there's anything else, or?
Let's rock and roll these dice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Nope, she like, she fumbles, she tries really hard. I think what happens, I mean, you can technically-
You can go ahead.
I think she like catches the pot, but she catches it upside down and the plant just goes, and the plant lands on the ground.
Now,
and then she goes, no, and drops the pot.
One of you, like, you're also there, Ziggy, too, so you could try to catch this plant. You could either do it through a magical spell, which you can just learn a spell. Even if you don't have a spell that you have, that you're ready for this, you can just make up something on the spot to try to make it levitate, stop it from falling, whatever it is that you want. Or you can just try to manually catch it.
Nearby at seeing this, or no?
Yeah, you'll probably be nearby.
I would like to assume, since Ezra and I know each other, we would have probably walked out together, or at least...
I like that. So I feel like Ezra doesn't always notice the bell ringing, and so she's normally leaves late as well as arriving late, and Eon notices the bell ringing and chooses not to leave on time.
I'm still scooping stuff up.
Yeah. And so like you just see Ezra being there, like really focused on her plants, being like, Ezra, we gotta go. And that's why they leave at the same time.
I like it.
I followed them only because I don't know where I'm going.
This is true.
The new kid, so I'm just gonna follow quietly behind.
Ezra's grabbed the pot and the plant is like sliding out of it upside down. Does Ezra just watch her drop it?
Yeah, I think I'm too surprised after the bump that I don't try and stop it.
Okay, yeah, you don't try to stop it. Did you want to do something, Patrick? Because you were asking specifically
I was
if you were
thinking
there.
about learning a spell.
Ooh, what are you thinking?
Have me. I was thinking of having a trashy slide where I can like slip and slide to catch, like unscrew Chuck and just like catch Chuck or catch the plant in Chuck and then like scoop it and like leave.
Oh, gross.
You're stealing my plant into your vomit
You're dropping
jar?
it on the ground. It's not my fault.
Okay, so give me
like
the
Chuck.
name of the spell and define what it does.
I was thinking about it. I'm not sure if I would actually do that because it's not actual trash. It's still just a plant.
Yeah,
And I
it's
don't
a
know
plant.
if Eon would like kind of if it was garbage, he would definitely like trash slide or super slide.
Mm.
I wouldn't be able to react fast. I'm still waking up and I'm happy with my puke right now.
I'm still waking up and I'm happy with my puke right now, said no one ever.
Yeah.
That's a clip.
All right. Yeah, you bump into him. I'll kind of leave you with that scene. So if you want to say anything to her, Ziggy, you're welcome to.
I'm just kind of like shocked, like what just happened because I
I'm
didn't
so sorry, I'm
expect
so
to run into
sorry.
someone. No, you're good. You're good. Sorry about your plant though.
I guess I can grow another one. She looks at the other 2 pots that she dropped on the ground with ungrown seeds in them.
At least those 2 weren't eaten by a slime monster.
Wait, there's a slime monster?
Whatever Chuck is.
Yeah, you don't know about Chuck.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, none of you guys know about Chuck.
We don't-
he
no
was,
one
I
knows
thought he
about
was
Chuck.
using Chuck
None
to
of us
catch the
know.
plant. I was trying using Chuck to catch the plant. I thought that's what was happening. Sorry.
No. He said that he was thinking about doing that, but he didn't.
Okay.
This is gonna be a well-kept secret, like the basilisk under
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
until this like giant
it's gonna
monster.
be a horrible
See.
atrocity that happens later.
It's gonna be awful and smell really bad. I think Ezra looks up at you, Ziggy, and it's like, oh, aren't you supposed to be in this class?
Probably.
Did you also sleep through all your alarms?
What are alarms?
Okay. Let me help you with that later. An alarm. Like music that you don't want to hear.
Pretty good description,
Nice.
actually. No, it's more like I don't use alarms because I just show up when I show up.
Huh.
So
Very rock and roll.
like Taylor Swift?
Ezra does not notice you walk up behind her.
Yeah, I'm there, like probably against the wall, like brooding. Yeah, and when you say music you don't want to hear, she's immediately like, I twitch.
I love it.
Eon
So-
walks up to Cypher, bumps Cypher. You won't guess what I got.
Trash.
Yeah. Oh, hey, new kid.
Yo,
I don't
what's up?
suppose I would know Ziggy, right?
You might know Ziggy, yeah.
Okay.
They're from the same school as you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ziggy.
So I'm still the new kid. Okay.
Yeah, Cypher's the only kid who is a transfer student.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Eon?
That you
Still
know.
see you're messing with trash.
Guess what I got?
I'm sure it's something real horrifying.
I got some of Heath's puke.
Nice.
So
The professor let me take it. Well, I didn't really ask, but
what you know about Heath is he's maybe not the nicest. He kind of like bullies other people a little bit. So you'd know about him. Ziggy.
He also had cornbread for breakfast.
And now you know he also had cornbread for breakfast.
Nice.
It's
Extra
cornbread for
chunky.
breakfast.
Oh man, they served cornbread today. Ugh.
Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have slept through my alarms.
Might be able to find a bit of it here if you'd like some.
No.
Raises the pot towards us.
I'm good. I don't need that.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with it?
Holds it kind of close to nothing. Acting
Saving
a
it
little
for later.
Okay. She totally believes you.
So, lunch?
Well, we got study break, and then lunch. But I don't
Long lunch.
know, but we're supposed to
Early
be
lunch.
studying right now. Why don't we go out to the field? That's my favorite place to study because it's not inside. We're
But
quiet.
then there's sun.
Yeah.
They got nice trash cans.
And
Is there
There are
internet out
sports?
there?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
like Ezra just starts walking.
All right, you guys are gonna go out to the field.
Because we're going outside, yeah.
Yeah, you head out to the field, and Ezra, since this is your favorite place, explain to us what it looks
It
like. And keep
I
in
mean,
mind that this is
The like
this
track
school.
portion of it.
Keep
but-
in mind that this school is this modern, prestigious, fancy, and otherworldly school, and there's probably statues of like Pegasi everywhere because that's kind of like their big thing, and so everything's gleaming and gorgeous.
I feel like there is like there's kind of multiple parts to the field. There's like a dedicated track, like with the sort of squishy track paving on it. I don't really know what you call that stuff.
Yeah.
But like the Olympic Stadium thing, and then like in the center of it, there's other track and field sort of event equipment, like long jump and high jump and shot jump, and it's that's the magic version of shot put. And wandolin, which is like javelin, except you launch it, you throwing wands. It's a broomstick racing track as well as the Pegasus racing track. But so I think there's also like a paddock for all the Pegasuses, Pegasusin. So there's like their like special paddock, and that also. Did we clarify if our school is in the sky?
It is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
and so-
I didn't like specifically say it, but I very much alluded to that as where you went.
I thought it was alluded to since we all kind of flew into the clouds.
Yeah, so the Pegasus paddock like stretches out and then it kind of turns into like a cloud bank, and it just like leads off into the sky. So they do surround the field other than the paddock with like buildings, I think, on all three sides so that the kids don't accidentally fall off the clouds. And
There's definitely some kind of barrier.
yeah, there's like a magical
Just for insurance purposes.
dome. And so there's like this kind of glittering dome above the entire school that you can only see when you're outside properly. And probably like there's the track and field, and then the Pegasus polo. I feel like that's a sport we have at our school.
Oh yeah, sure.
Pegasus polo. So there's like a field for that. And then wizard ball, because that's a classic sport instead of wiffle ball.
Oh, wizard ball.
Yeah.
Good old wizard ball.
Everybody's favorite.
She loves wizard ball. She's really good at it. I did not just steal that from someone else. She plays the whiz-bee. That's what I call it. It's instead of frisbee, it's whiz-bee.
Oh man.
Yes. Ultimate whiz-bee.
Oh my god.
That's her sport. Scratch wizard ball. Ultimate whiz-bee.
Scratch wizard.
She's like, that one's done. Whizbee. Okay, I'll write it down.
You're
Put on
welcome.
your spell book instead.
For nailing it.
Yeah. Well, that's what like Ezra goes outside and probably immediately like pulls out a whiz-bee, and just is like, so let's study. And then just throws it at Eon.
Do you catch it, Ian, or does it just hit you?
Hits me right in the rib.
Oh no.
Makes it like,
Oh, I'm sorry. You looked like you were ready to play.
No, I hate how bright and clean it is out here.
I'll take it back.
I feel weak.
You want to go under the bleachers?
He very dramatically just starts crawling towards a trash can.
Is there any like shade nearby?
Yeah.
It's like trees and statues.
Yeah.
Great. Let me hide in the statue's shade.
Yeah, it's a Pegasus. You just hide underneath it.
I will find some shade nearby. Maybe near the trash cans if there is some.
Yeah. You can totally find some shade.
Really sad. No one wants to play Wisby with her.
And what are you doing, Ziggy?
I see that Ezra feels bad that no one is playing Wisby, and I will try and play Wisby with her.
I will try.
But instead of actually trying to play Wisby, I'm more trying to like beam it into the back of her head.
All right.
How noble high school.
I think we have to do a roll off.
Okay.
This is at the top of your character sheet. There is a 2d8 above there that you can click. You are going to use that, and then any beneficial things that you think would help you in playing Wisby.
I mean, I'm sporty and I like playing sports.
Yeah, you got two.
Yeah.
What you got for me? What you got for me, Ziggy?
I don't think I have anything in terms of sports.
Okay.
You are not a sports kid. This is for sure.
No.
We've got.
I mean, you are smug, and trying to hit her in the back of the head is smug as.
Oh, there you go.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can get a +1 to the smug. I like that.
I don't mean this to be like a mean thing, but I would love it if you failed and you tried really hard to throw it and it just hits the ground and smacks you right in the face.
We'll find out how the roll goes.
That may happen.
We'll find out how the roll goes. Both of you roll for me.
All right. 16.
16.
What?
Woo. 12.
Wow. Those are so good. She's the best at Wisby.
So with a 16, if you look at the rules, a 16 is a success, and that means the witch does the action and describes it. Go for it.
So you're trying to just smack her in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So she watches the rest of them go. Like, you go over and pick up the Wisby. She like watches them go, and she's like really sad. And then she's like, "Oh, Ziggy!" and turns around, like perfectly timed, but completely unintentionally to you, just hurling this Wisby disc at her. Which I imagine it's like on a magical disc that starts out really small, so you can carry it with you, and then just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger the more magic you put into it. And she's like, "Oh!" And then like a dog, she just like leaps into the air and just grabs it and then slams it into the ground. She's like, "Goal!" Oh, that's not how you play. Very exciting.
It was beautiful.
Yep.
That's
She's
fantastic.
like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you loved Wisby," and she just picks it up and throws it back at you.
Cypher from the sidelines is just slowly like.
Jan crawling away still just raises his hand and starts clapping.
I'm not like too cool for this stuff, Ziggy.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah, normally.
I was still just kind of surprised that she was even able to turn it around and just catch it.
She has
a lot of energy.
Yeah. That's why I don't like. It's you know, and she just starts like running. She's like waiting for you, like the way a dog does when you're like holding the ball. And she's like, "Come on, I'm ready. Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go?"
And the two of you kind of like throw the Wisby back and forth to each other. I think Ezra very eagerly catching them, and I think Ziggy, you're able to throw and catch pretty well, but with your partial success, you are a little distracted. There's something in the sky that is flickering.
I just kind of look up and try to figure out what it is. Like flickering light or something? I can't really see it very well.
Yeah, so you try to are you going to stop playing Wisby and try to look at it more intently, or are you going to keep
Yeah, I'm gonna stop for a second, just kind of pause, be like, what is that up there?
Yeah,
You
so-
have it in your hand, and Ezra's just like following it.
Yeah, you're like looking up at the sky, and you kind of like put your hand up over your eyes to look as the sun kind of is like beaming down, and it looks like the shimmer of the shield that is protecting this outside of the school or outside of the field has like a little bit of pulsation in this one spot.
I kind of just look up and like, should we could be concerned about that? And just kind of point up at it.
Concerned about, oh,
Now you all see it when you all look up.
Does it usually do that?
I don't know.
Wonder if it's trash.
like someone threw trash up there really high.
Yeah, I wonder
Hey,
what kind of
They have a
trash.
good arm. I bet they'd be a
Hey,
good
you guys want to steal some Pegasus and go up there?
I'm down.
I mean, you can't steal a Pegasus.
I mean,
Eon reluctantly saying, I don't know, but you can charm it.
Yeah, you can ask, obviously.
okay.
Him not really wanting to go, though, because he didn't like the trip here to begin with.
It involves more outside time.
That's not
Just got to
inside
the
a trash can.
He's like jacuzziing inside of it.
Also, the last time you were near Pegasus, you
Yeah, it
got
cleaned me.
magically cleaned by its farts, so.
It wasn't.
Nope. But we're not supposed to ride the Pegasus without permission, so I feel like we should probably just like go back inside and tell a teacher.
What do we?
Heard of-
How do we get permission?
I
Eon's-
prefer.
Yeah. The
I
open
prefer don't.
opportunity. Why not make it a competition? Who can go see it first? As he
don't.
bumps more into his trash can.
Cyber's like,
Nice.
oh, it's a game. Okay. I mean,
First person to tell me who it is to go there and come back gets a special prize of mine.
Is it trash?
Trash to you, maybe. I can guarantee you it's shiny.
Broken glass.
Do I
Pulls out of his little robe like a old, kind of dingy, broken, but it is very shiny. A old, not track metal, but like, you know, it's like a tiny little trophy. It's kind of barely hanging there, but it is a nice silver of color. Has a gold nameplate that is not used yet. Whoever returns back will be known as the Wisby champion.
You are not authorized to create a Wisby. You are not. No, we should go and tell a teacher.
And
no,
you guys
I
see-
think I want to be the Wisby
Start-
champion.
You see a little, in his cloak, a little, like, paw come out and try to, like, it's trying to grab the shiny, the thing that he's like talking and moving it around, and like there's something in his cloak, like trying to claw at it.
Okay.
Obviously, unknowing, just passively kind of like, oh, stop it.
Esther's gonna start walking inside because she's like, no. We need to tell a teacher if there's.
Oh, I thought I would totally get
Good
you because of your competitive
Wait,
nature.
You do not have the authority to get the Wisby
What
championship.
is
Here's the
this?
thing.
Okay. All right.
Here's
As you
the
go to
thing.
walk off.
Ian, you can cast something to convince her.
I could fart on her.
You can make up a spell. That's the beauty of this. You can make up a spell at any moment.
Before we start forcing each other to do things, Cypher walks over and like tries to stop you before you get too far.
What's wrong? Do you not?
Nothing. No. Why don't we go first and then we tell them what we find?
I mean, they never have to know we took the Pegasus if we don't tell them, and we get back before anyone finds out.
I mean, I think what she's all about is telling, but wouldn't it be better to have like the full story?
And a trophy, yells from across the
And you
field.
could be the whiz beach and you'd have a trophy all before lunch.
I feel like you're both going to be upset with me if I go tell the teachers.
Yeah, you shouldn't do
Yeah.
I
I
don't-
may be tempted to fart on you.
I don't want you to be disappointed.
Oh, I'm not gonna be mad.
We are horrible friends.
We need to have a little fun. Fun. We've been digging in dirt all morning.
But if it's really a bad thing, shouldn't we tell a teacher that there's a bad thing happening?
We don't know it's bad. We don't know it's bad.
There's
Okay,
nothing
do you
wrong
know
with a
how to
little
ride
adventure here.
Pegasuses? She looks at the three of you.
No.
I'm sure it's like riding a bike.
Oh no, I have to help you too. Okay, okay.
We can't do it without you.
To be fair, I'm gonna stay here and just keep watch. It's kind of like
Hey,
hunkers
no,
down.
you gotta come with us.
No.
Just like grabs your shoulders and starts pulling you out of the trash can.
But don't be a stick in
Clinging
the
to it
trash.
for
Come
life.
on.
Like no.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
Farted on me, clean me. Stop it.
I can just ask the Pegasus not to clean you.
It won't work like that. Totally mood change. It's like, don't put me on it. Don't
Look, there's one that you'll really like. Trust me.
Is it a dirty Pegasus?
Maybe I was gonna say it better be a dirty Pegasus.
Yeah.
It's brown. It's not white.
There's like one Pegasus that is in the back of the paddock that's like a scraggly crow, sort of black feathers, and is like a sort of a patchwork kind of spotty Pegasus. It looks like they're just grumpy, and they sort of like in the back corner, like
That
always
no
seem to
one
be
rides.
on something. No one rides them. They're kind of old and curmudgeonly. Come on, you'll get along super well with this Pegasus.
I bet if that one farts on you, it won't clean you.
We'll see about that.
No, it definitely pooped on a student once.
Ooh, see? Win-win.
You already get along with it.
Eon stomps over to it, looks it in the eye. Will you clean me?
And it just spits on you.
Yeah.
Like a camel, but if a camel was a Pegasus.
How dirty is this spit?
It's pretty gross.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He hugs.
It like shakes you off. Yeah, it's not. It's
Does
not
my-
into your hugging.
It's not in time.
No.
Oh, man.
This one's basically like a donkey with wings. I
Yeah,
think it's
kind of.
probably.
Just do it. I'm going to do it. I pick one. Is there one around? I have to ask permission. I walk up and I'm like, Mr. Pegasus, I would like to escort you to the top of this imaginary dome and find out. What is it? It's a dome, right? Cyber has no idea. I want to see what's up there. Will you take me?
It like tilts its head at you and then puts its head back down and starts eating.
Just walks up to the Pegasus. And I'm going to attempt to use zoolinguistics.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it.
Cypher's like, what? I asked.
She clears her throat a few times and does some practice
I love it.
I step back to give you space because clearly you need it.
So she
Alright.
likes animals. I think that's a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe the enthusiastic,
Okay, I'll allow it.
because she's enthusiastic. She feels
You're also being helpful.
it's true. She is.
You're
being
helping me out. You're helping me get what I want. You're being helpful.
Sure.
All right.
That's
Let's
a
do
+3 to your roll.
Okay.
10. All right. A partial success. All right. So yeah, you start. What do you say to the horse or to the horse, the Pegasus?
Well, what you hear is, but what she is asking is, dearest Pegasus friend, most noble of winged steeds, mighty rider of the skies, please transport me and my compatriots up to upon yonder dome so that we may investigate the perils that are up there. It will be most delightful fun. And it just sounds like...
Yeah, and you hear back a few neighs and whatnot, and it's like... And it says back to you, I shall think about this proposal. What will you give me in return?
Ezra like looks around. It's like, cupcake?
It sniffs it, and it's like, its little nose like kind of, you know, goes a little off, and
I'll bring you more?
it licks it. Is this one of your good cupcakes or your bad cupcakes?
I don't know. It's a partial success. What do you think? Maybe this one's not a good cupcake, but
Yeah.
she's like, I'll make a better one. I'll make a carrot cupcake, a really big carrot cupcake.
It leans back and it's like, if your carrot cupcakes are like that cupcake,
No, they're
I
way
decline
better.
the offer.
I bet she's like nudges Cypher. They're good cupcakes, right? I make good cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. Tasty.
Other human agrees. Really good cupcakes.
Nay.
I will take your friend.
Thank you.
What did it say?
Get on.
Awesome. Cool.
It leans down its front legs and kind of gives you space to climb up on top of it.
Okay. I guess I mount the Pegasi.
You get on the
Sorry,
Pegasus. Are you getting on the other one, Eon?
Yeah, Eon was gonna pull out an old, rotteny but golden apple. I was gonna ask if I could roll for that out of my bag, because I've got other trinkets and stuff in there as well.
Yeah.
And
We'll see
I'm just
how tasty this will be for.
that is my intent, is to grab that apple, but I don't know if that is what I'm actually grabbing out of my Mary Poppins bag of trash.
Let's see what it is. What do you give to our dear friend?
All right, so I'm clumsy, so I don't know what I'm going to be grabbing, and
So that'd be minus
My-
1.
that'd be -1. Okay.
Yeah, if you're clumsy.
Yep.
You might grab the wrong
But you're
thing.
like good with trash, right? So you're trying to.
I guess. Yeah.
So that negates it. 0 to 0 now.
Okay. Here we go. Sweet.
Ooh, 7. Yeah, you pull out a rotten sandwich.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was my ham sandwich I was going to eat for lunch.
Yeah.
Did he like it?
Are you trying to feed it to him?
That's what it was going to be, kind of a gift to because I'm assuming he overheard what Ezra was saying.
All right.
At least that is my assumption. And I'm say, noble of what? Horse flying thing. Take me with them. And shuffles in his bag and ta-da!
He smells it. And then he takes his one hoof up and knocks your hand and knocks it out of your hand.
Eon, wide-eyed, chase after it.
you go, you pick up your
Go
sandwich.
pick it up. And then would just brashly look at Pegasus. What's wrong with you?
And it just kind of like, it shakes its head and kind of like digs at the ground a little bit in front of you, and it's just like neighing at you, kind of like is not happy.
I would ask Ezra, what did he say?
Oh yeah, because Ezra just cast her spell. He's like, what is this filthy garbage?
He doesn't like garbage? Bull crap.
I mean, I don't know how he feels about bullcrap, but he's not a fan of this particular rotten sandwich. It might be because it's a meat sandwich, and Pegasuses are obligate vegetarians.
Opens up my bag again
She
and
doesn't want Eon to be disappointed.
grabs this not actual golden apple, but it's like one of those fake apples that you would have, like, you know, like what's the fancy fake, you know. I obviously stole this from my parents' house because they have a nice, beautiful house, but
They do have a nice, beautiful house.
it looks like a cool thing to have if I just trashed it. So it's got a little bit of kind of crap on the bottom, but it's still very shiny and looks like a real apple, but it is not a real apple. It could easily
Like
fool
plastic.
some. Yeah, like if you bit into it, you'd be like, because then you get the full taste of everything, and it looks like a real apple. And it's something that Eon doesn't want to get rid of, but it's something he likes because it's shiny and trashy, and I've had it like years.
The your pet rat is kind of trying to grab at it as you're pulling it out.
Oh yeah, I present it to the horse, and Phyllis is on top of it, and I'm just like,
The horse backs up and he's like, "What is this monster that you brought in my stall?" And all you hear is just like shuffling and this horse making a ton of noise in its stall. And it's like shuffling back and it's like
Eon,
hitting
what
the
are
side.
you doing?
it's just my pet brother. Just get in there, freaking shoves him back into his pants.
Did you say your pet brother?
It's Phyllis. And then just holds the apple up. What about this?
It
Shoves it in
leans-
the horse's face.
Oh, this poor horse. He leans forward and he sniffs it and then he bites down on it and it hurts.
As he bites into it, Eon just screeches, "What did you do?" Eon just passively thinking like he wasn't actually gonna eat it.
He's just like, it's just you holding on to this apple and the horse just like, and you just hear the crunch of its teeth on it, or like the Pegasi, or Pegasus.
I'm imagining he's doing like a pretty big bite out of it. I'm gonna kill this horse accidentally. I'm not.
What are you doing?
He ate a chunk of my parents' apple. I didn't think he was actually gonna eat it.
He's gonna spit it at you. Now it's like covered in weird Pegasus.
Why wouldn't he eat the apple?
As it's just slowly drooping off of my shirt, I would just grab it and
And
put it in my
the
pocket.
Pegasus is freaking out. Its wings are kind of like flapping in its stall, and it's just like freaking out. It's like, he's trying to he's poisoning me. He's poisoning me.
This is getting out of hand.
I hate children.
Puts his
How did
stuff
I
back
end
in
up
his stuff,
here?
Puts his hands in his pocket. I've done all I can do, and walks out. Let me know how it goes, but walks away.
So, was that a no?
I think so. She's like, Ezra's gonna try and calm down this horse.
Okay, what are you gonna say to the horse to calm it
Freaking out
down?
Donkasus. It's gonna be fine. You're not being poisoned. There's bad person. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Pegasus
Deep
is
breath.
gonna
They're
have
not trying to
be
poison you.
thanks to me.
He's like, don't touch me, you filthy human child.
Well, you're
You're
not exactly a
Friends with
picturesque.
him, and you probably planned this. All of you planned this.
Noticing that they are clearly in a horse argument at the moment. They're like, yay! Yay! Like, Cypher comes over and she goes, take it from one grumpy person to another. We should just leave him alone.
But I don't.
We're gonna leave you in your corner of the world now. And Cypher's like backing up.
Cypher,
from-
you're on top of another Pegasus, though.
Oh, but I can dismount and like walk over. I said that
Yeah,
right.
you
Like
can,
I dismounted and walked over, and like it was like maybe we should just let it go.
Sorry for googling like how to make horses happy.
I mean, did you ask him what he wanted?
I don't know what Eon did.
He probably fed it trash.
She's like looks at this very grumpy Pegasus. She's like, I'm sorry. We're sorry. Be grumpy. Walks away.
And then you just hear the Pegasus mumbling to himself. He's just like, these kids, they don't know how to respect people anymore. And when I used to be riding long ago, they used to feed me golden apples that were actually tasty. Now they just give me this junk that tastes like hard concrete. It's probably made out of the same stuff that they put on my hooves. And it looks at a hooves and it clanks it on the floor.
He has some serious problems he needs to work out. Oh my god.
Hey, you can blame Lauren. She created this guy.
It's Donkasus.
So noting that I'm no longer on the single Pegasus side that we talked into it, nobody else has managed to get or have any luck
But
mounting
that Pegasus is willing to let you ride it.
Right. So I have one, but nobody else does. So
And like Ezra just like turns to another one and just like, we'll ask that one for the same help.
Okay.
We'll leave when I just need 2 more of you. I just need two of you, please, to help us out, and then we'll leave.
I just go up to one and sing to it, Ghost Riders in the Sky, to try and get it to let me ride it.
Nice. Are you casting your spell?
Yes.
Do it. And then you actually have to sing for us. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. That would take some time. I would get a +1 because I have singing and music and stuff. That's my
Yeah.
thing, so.
If you let's look at your thing again.
Let's
So
see.
you get a +1 by default. It'll add that because you have a level 1 in that spell.
Okay.
I would also say it's seemingly random.
It is seemingly random that you're gonna sing to a horse. I like
Like you
that.
just
Why
start
not?
singing out of nowhere.
Singing, you like singing. So those 2 things I would say are good. It's not disco, so I don't think you get the
Yeah.
plus.
It's not.
So
No,
you
it's
have a
not
plus
disco.
2 to your
+1
roll.
for, as this horse is seeing that he's not going to give him a fake apple or anything, like not gonna traumatize it like I did to one of the horses. They're like, oh, thank God that guy's gone. I think he's deserving of 1 for that. That
I
is
think
my
I get.
argument.
I think I
will
just
let the
don't
head
get a negative
decide.
for that.
Yeah, I think you just don't get. You could get a negative because that other horse just saw that other horse, or that Pegasus just saw
Just
the other
wants to
Pegasus
be traumatized.
get slightly traumatized.
No, all the horses should be happy I left.
You have a +2 to your roll.
All right.
I tried.
Ooh, okay.
Points for effort.
Yeah, you sing to Pegasus, and they will let you ride him.
Hell yeah.
So you have 2, and I think Lauren, you were gonna try to convince the other one. What do you say to the 3rd one?
I think she finds like I feel like this is the one that like brought her here, so she's already bonded with it. And she like looks it in the eye and she's like, I'm so sorry, but also this will be super fun. We can fly really fast. Please.
It looks at you, it winks, and it leans down and it's like,
Yes, let's go.
we're going to beat them.
We will be so much cooler than they are. It's gonna be great.
And the 2 of you just hear her neighing at this horse, or at this Pegasus. And 3 of you are on Pegasi as you kind of trot out. And as soon as you leave the area that they're in, their wings expand and they start flying, and you just feel this wind around you, and all of a sudden they leap up into the air. And you're trying to steer them, but the 3 of them don't go where you wanted them to necessarily. They do go up in the air because you did get a partial success. They fly up high enough where you can kind of see further of what is going on up there. And what you see is there's a break, a tear in the dome that was up there. And it looks like the dome itself looks like some kind of creation, like magical creation, of course. But it looks off, like it looks different than anything that you've seen before. And although I think Cypher, for you, this is obviously new to you, but for Ezra and Ziggy, you've gone to school here before, and looking up, you're like, that's not what the dome is supposed to look like. Obviously the hole is different, but the dome itself is like a different color than it was supposed to be. Just around the edges where this is open, the rest of it all looks the same as like it's supposed to.
I don't even know if I need to cast a spell. The first thing I do is pull my cell phone out and I start like taking pictures. Like if we're this close, like I want to snap some shots of it. Am I close enough to do that?
Take some pictures, yeah.
Some drive-by photos, yeah.
Yeah, drive-by photos, sure.
Just so we have it to like take back.
Yeah.
Maybe identify.
I think someone forgot to pay the power bill.
And we can't get the Pegasi up there, right?
So what they're doing, the three of them, led by the Pegasus that Ezra's on, are racing. They are racing around the track initially, and they keep going around, and then the Pegasus, but they're up in the air while they're doing this. They're like going around in a circle, and every single time they kind of like closer to where that the dome is that you can see. You're like taking a picture, and then you're like going around, and then you're like taking a picture, and like.
Ezra kind of forgets that they were supposed to be doing something.
I'm like, okay, I got the photos. I'm like, probably.
Wait, what?
How many laps do you normally do when there's Pegasus racing?
I don't know. We're gonna roll and find out.
All right, do it.
14.
You go around 14.
You do a lot of laps.
14 laps. I'm gonna write this down.
That's a lot of laps.
Look, you gotta make it a fair competition.
You get saddle sores from that.
Do I have to go 14 laps? Damn.
You do unless you stop it. Yeah.
Do I know how to stop it? Is that something I can try?
I mean, normal Pegasus racing has a much longer track, so we have to compensate for it on the shorter track.
I'm probably like hanging on, just like, this is not what I signed up for.
So you can either cast a magical spell to make something happen, or you can try with more mundane ways if you have your own skills that you think like that you'd like to try to do.
I do not know that horse riding is part of my mundane skills. I'll be really honest with you.
Remember, this is a magical world where you can cast magic at any moment.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt it.
You don't have to hurt it, jeez.
No, I'm just like, I don't know
Just like teleport yourself off.
Yes, that's true. Oh, I could do that. Okay, there's one that I've been working on, or a spell I've been thinking about.
Eat its soul, no.
Oh, but I can't, because then I have to leave my piece of tech. Well, I wonder if I could take it. Basically, it teleports me via a piece of technology into and out of another piece of technology.
Ooh,
so I could be like through the cell phone, out of somebody else's cell phone. But do I lose my cell phone? Does it drop?
Ooh.
That's what I was trying. I'm like, logistically speaking.
I think that would make the most sense, right? Like you would go through one thing, and that thing would still exist where it was.
There.
So you could teleport back to it.
Oh no, I have to. Up here, my cell phone would break, and my laptop is too valuable. It's strapped to my side. Okay.
It is your spell book, after all.
It is. Yeah, that's definitely not coming out mid Pegasi race. You know what? I'll just hang in. I'll hang in there for the full 14 laps.
The three of you
short laps.
hang in for the 14 laps, and I'm gonna have Ezra roll me a 1d3 to see which horse arrives first, and then roll me a 1d2 to see which horse arrives second, or Pegasi arrives second.
While this is all going on, Eon is laying on a bench in the shade, cracking up.
Yep.
So the first horse is actually, or for the first Pegasus that is there is Ziggy's.
Nailed it.
Ziggy's beats. And then Ziggy, roll me a 1d2.
2.
Or a 1d3. Mine. I don't know how I do this now because. Roll me a 1d2. I know how I'll do it.
There we go.
2. All right. So it is actually Ezra's who arrives second, and then Cypher's who arrives third.
As soon as it is at a stop, I'm off of it.
You okay?
What? Yeah, fine. Oh my. Do you do that a lot?
No, not really very often.
Oh my god. I
Sometimes
got
we do it
pictures.
during Pegasus class.
I'm sure I'm like a smidge dizzy too. Like
Normally we would leave the dome. They have a special track that's longer, but
oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I got pictures
Of what?
of the tear.
Oh, yeah, that. Yes, of course.
Would you like to take it to a teacher now?
We should put the Pegasuses back and then do that.
Yeah, so the Pegasi kind of like go back and back into their place. Eon, you know who won the race? Ziggy.
Yeah, so I would hand Ziggy the kind of deformed thing, being like, "And our winner," hands it to Ziggy, is the zigzagger.
I just end up kind of taking it and kind of like putting it,
I
like
filled
pretending
with
to
some-
put it in like my back pocket. and
I
just sort
filled
of,
the
like,
cup up
drop
with some
it.
special trash,
Ew.
like wrappers and stuff to make it look like shiny.
I just say thanks, man, and I try to like pretend like put it in my back pocket, and just like kind of drop it and like wipe my hands on my pants.
Nice.
Would I take notice of him dropping it?
Roll me a 2d8 plus anything that you think would give you advantage for seeing that.
The fact that I love trash and I love shiny things.
Yeah, I think both of them. Well, I don't know if it's shiny things, but you have that on there?
Not shiny things, but
Trash.
You love trash. Yeah, you like trash, so
yeah.
that's definitely a +1.
and I hate cleanly. Well, no,
No, that wouldn't work.
on the ground. So I guess I would like that. But
You would like what he just did. He just did what you think everyone should do.
yeah, which well, it's not really repulsive, but so just one.
Yeah.
All right.
You notice, I mean, this is up to you. You tell us how it pans out as you see him doing smugly. Yeah, take it and act like, yeah,
I don't
thanks,
see
buddy.
him
Thanks,
drop it,
bud.
but I hear the clink clank, and I just look. I get really close to Zig, and he can smell me. He can smell my stench, and I'll just be like, "Did you just drop that?"
I figured that's what you did with your stuff, is for like littering and all that.
I would look behind him and see it all just all the contents of it just on the ground. Just trashy, messy. This beautiful open field and just a bunch of junk on the ground. Eon's like, gives him a hug.
Kind of like,
Oh
kinda
no, I
like,
gave you a
you know,
full on
I'm like
hug.
trying to pull away because he
From
smells
that.
a little bit, but
As I give you a
Oh.
hug, Phyllis comes out of my pocket pants and does a dance around us, jumps on your head, and then jumps back on my hat. And I whisper, "Thank you." And then I pick it up and I put it back in my bag.
It's worse than like if you've hugged somebody or been around somebody who has bad BO. He literally smells like he smells so much like garbage that you can taste it.
ugh.
For a week.
Like a landfill, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like standing in a landfill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like seagulls circle Eon, thinking there's garbage nearby.
Yeah, I'm just kind of standing there like dizzy, like kind of like trying
I'm
not to vomit.
constantly fighting them off because they're always trying to take my crap.
You're just like batting them away.
Yeah, with the cup, throwing Phyllis at them. I'm kidding.
No, not Phyllis. They'll eat Phyllis.
Oh no, he's a hefty rat. He's a scary
Seagulls
looking
can
rat.
eat a full rabbit.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
swallow it whole. Do not throw Phyllis at a seagull. They will eat Phyllis.
But if you threw Phyllis at a seagull and then cast a spell on Phyllis to make him like a beefy rat,
Make him
Take
turn
on.
into Chuck.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead. Ian would give
Wonderful.
Ziggy the hug and would pick up just the cup and would leave all the trash on the ground, but would be saying, "Okay, well, I've got my sandwich, and as you can see, it's horribly put back together with extra contents, but you guys probably wouldn't notice it." Be like, "So how about lunch?"
I don't really feel like lunch. Sorry, I'm just trying not to vomit after the hug because he just smells so bad.
Cypher you guys haven't noticed, but during this whole like hugging situation, she's already like plopped to the ground, opened her laptop, and she's like back searching this image to try to like figure out the spell. So I think she's gonna try to cast something.
Ooh, what are you gonna cast?
I don't know. I gotta figure out what to call it.
Google image search.
Yeah, basically is what it is, like a Google image search, but it's it's like an identify. So we'll call it codify. Codify is the spell, and it's the attempt to identify a spell based on a visual image. It's like a back search.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try. I gotta put it in there. Can I do it? And that's the
Oracle
level
equals Google.
Yeah. or just Google it. Okay, here we go. And I would say, since this is I'm using my laptop,
Yeah.
which I love, and I'm kind of hacking. I would say both of those count. Okay, so 2.
Yeah,
Go.
definitely 2.
Oh, right. And you no!
Oh no.
No! Identify it.
Yeah. With a 9, you fail. So you're looking for this image, and while you are searching for this image, something else happens. On your screen, the image starts to change.
Ooh. The cell phone or like the search image? I'm sorry.
The image that you input it into search.
Oh, okay.
It starts changing, and it starts looking like there never was a hole there.
What can I assume that they would have showed me the picture or no? Or would they?
You
have
were too busy
saw?
hugging Ziggy.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I have no idea.
She said that she's doing this while y'all were hugging it out.
Yeah. No. And you can, for the first time, Cypher's like, oh, bad. This is bad. She's like pressing keys, like Control Alt Delete.
Yeah, you're trying to stop it, but you can't.
Yeah. So I like turn the phone around to show them the blank image.
Yeah. Now the image just looks like the regular old bubble that you have there.
It's gone.
I think Ezra comes back from putting the Pegasus away. So why does everyone look upset? You look like you're gonna vomit. You look like you're angry. You look like you're angry.
Leon would just be happy. You'd just be like,
He's holding a sandwich and he's like, lunchtime?
Yeah. And you look happy.
you would have started eating it to all of your dismay, but
There's like pieces of it like in your
trash, just
yeah.
like
Oh.
There was
that's actually green, like kind of like
there was some hugging, and then there was some searching, and now it's gone.
apparently Cypher's upset about the sky.
What's gone?
Picture. Are all of them gone? Because I took multiples.
Just that one. The one that you inputted to search.
So I like tried to search it, and I'm not really sure if it's because I messed up or it's messed up, but I'm pretty sure that it's bad news.
So we should definitely tell a teacher.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Can we lunch first?
Way ahead of you. Takes another bite.
Yeah, he takes another bite and some of it gets on his clothes.
And then he'd be like, what are we telling? And he would kind of like flick his sandwich, and some of it would like almost hit Ezra, but like hit
Some
the
of
back
it's on
of
you, Ezra,
the
actually.
laptop.
Ooh. I'm gonna go change, and then I guess I'll meet you at lunch.
This wouldn't be a horribly rotten sandwich, but fairly newly rotten.
Oh, good. Newly rotten is so much better.
There's just like a little bit of like blue mold on there.
Yeah, it's just slowly turning purple, you know?
She's sweaty from her enthusiastic Pegasus racing, and also Pegasus probably friendship bonding time. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go change.
As your spell weared off.
Cool. I'm gonna go. Yeah, lunch. Meet you there.
You want to go to lunch? Let's go to lunch.
Is it time or do we?
Sandwich?
Yeah, you guys can go to lunch. So the way that your school works is that like there's always like the cafeteria and the food place, but during the main food times there is like almost like a buffet type of thing. And
I see.
Since you guys are in like a very prestigious school, it's quite like it's quite gorgeous actually. When you go into the room, it's these long, beautiful wooden tables that have like intricate carvings in them, little runes that have like magic, and they're actually hover. So the tables aren't like on the ground; they hover. They don't have any. It's like just wood plank, but nothing underneath them. So you can never like hit your knees on anything. It's kind of like they hover. And your seats are these beautiful cushioned pillows that kind of like they stay at the bottom, and as soon as you sit down they just float up so you can sit perfect. It sits you perfectly at the height that you need to sit at the table to not like feel uncomfortable. And so everyone's pillows are at different heights so that it feels really comfortable for everyone. And there's like these chandeliers that come down and they sparkle and twinkle as everyone's feasting and eating. And sometimes these plates come floating and they just open up and they like sit there and they wait, and if you pull something off of it they let you do so, and if you don't it closes and moves to the next.
Cypher's kind of wigged out since she came from a haunted school.
Mm-hmm.
This is all like very like when things float in my last school, it's because there's a really probably evil ghost.
It probably doesn't help that like Ezra thanks everything. Even though it's like, it's just a magic spell, she's like, thank you. Like, whenever something hovers over to her.
Yeah, I love it.
So, like, doesn't help that Cypher now is like, wait, but is it haunted?
Is it alive? Are all of these plates people? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I seem very nervous about the whole situation. I usually, my chairs usually have 4 legs. Great, nobody cares. Cool. All right. Cypher's like, well, there that is.
I think Ezra's not there yet because she went to go change. So.
Oh, yeah.
She wouldn't have gone in.
I probably said it out loud to everybody around me who's probably ignoring me. I like eat
Poor Cypher. Oh. She's like, my chairs usually have 4 legs.
I don't know what Eon would be doing. I want Eon to be doing some weird thing where he's like trying to feed this puke-filled like plant of his while trying to. I wanted during lunch to obviously eat, but try to do the green touch again.
Okay, yeah. So you're sitting at the table and you have like you take out of your pouch like this green pot or this orange pot, and it has the plant in it or like the soil in it and the seeds in there. And so you take that out and you plunk it onto the table, and then you take out this jar and you plunk it onto the table, and Phyllis kind of like crawls down and sitting at the table and looking up at you, and yeah, what do you want to do?
Wanted to kind of I wanted it to be already fermenting that entire time, like the entire like
oh yeah,
like the entire like
in the
hour
space
and a
that's
half.
like empty, so it's like the jar is like almost full. It's got like barf and some weird yogurt in it. It's got lots of stuff in there. And Phyllis puts her face in the not like not in the jar, but like in the up where she can like see over the top where there's only empty space, and there's like a little bit of crust above it, and you just see on the other side Cypher these big eyes because it like magnifies her tiny little beady eyes. Is she like or he a white, like an albino rat?
Mine? No, it's just a black rat.
Oh, he's a black rat. So black beady eyes are looking up at you through the jar.
Because Eon would apologize to Cypher of what she was saying, being like, sorry, I think about trying this green spell again. Wait, do you remember the words? Kind of not trying to be mean about brushing off what she said, but like...
Yep. Something about hocus pocus, something grow or something.
Yeah, thought about that. He would show the pizza box of his spell book, and it'd say reap and sow, and it would actually say it, but there's trash kind of on top of it and can't legibly read it.
Oh, wait, reap and sow, make it grow.
So he would like trace out of the trash and just like, you know, with his finger.
In your pizza book? So his spell book is a pizza.
Yeah, my spell book is an old pizza box that I have like put in. You know, like the mat that your pizza sits on? That is pages. I've got a bunch of those.
Oh my gosh. Ew, it's like greasy.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
What kind of... I'm not... Actually, you're all witches, so never mind. I was like, what kind of thing are you writing on that's actually writing through? Because that stuff is made specifically to not let stuff stick to it, right?
So, yeah. What Eon does is dip his finger in ink and, like, literally just... Or Sharpie. He carries Sharpies.
Magical
Specifically
Sharpies.
a purple and a green one.
It hurts me deep down to watch you handwrite that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go ahead
handwriting stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and reap and sow and let it grow.
Yeah.
And try to see. Do I get a +1 to like having it ferment and like, you know, fertilize in a sense?
You can have a +1 for the jar. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Lauren's face. Y'all aren't seeing it, but it is the greatest.
This is layers of disgusting.
Yes.
Partial success. All right. Yeah. So it does grow. What happens is, what does it exactly look like what you're doing? And I'll tell you what the outcome is of the plant.
So Eon's gonna do this really dramatically and just be like,
Are you pouring Chuck into the pot?
No. This was just the actual like jar. He may have like put some of the lard in it to kind of mix it around and give it a nice, good, firm hold. But yeah.
So did you put the seed in?
The seed was already planted. I think I took Heath's thing that he puked, and I kind of just his plant that he didn't yet like try, and I kind of just scooped his puke into his own pot, but I took it without him really.
Okay.
No.
So what I want to know is, are you using the jar to do this, or are you only trying to grow the pot?
I took some lard out of the jar and
put
into
it
the
in.
pot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
I
gather.
still got like a third of that lard just sitting there.
Okay, yeah, you dump some of it out into the pot, and then you do this thing. And so you have this pile of lard on top of your plant that has barf in it and all kinds of other things. And you start doing this like, woo, and the jar starts shaking, and the like weird moldy stuff that you've got going on, whatever this conglomeration of white grossness is, that has a nasty smell to it, starts kind of seeping in and slowly going down into the potted plant, and it just slowly starts going down, and the soil starts turning like this speckled white and brown color instead of like being all brown, and up grows a plant, but it doesn't look like the plant that it's supposed to be. You do grow something though, and what happens is slowly a stem starts growing, but it's not green, it's actually pale white, and it grows up and it continues, and then it wilts over a little bit and outgrows a little bud, and the bud itself is this strange green and white speckled color, but it's just a bulb, and it kind of is like tilted over. It's not fully standing up.
Looks like you have like teeth.
So happy he
We
would
don't know yet.
entire jar inside of Chuck.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it there. Yeah. Kind of just keep it fermenting within the same smell.
Make sure you mark your
Very
success.
happy. You'd be like, Cypher.
Oh, that is wonderful. I probably munch a piece of toast swallowed by a black coffee.
I would like to think when it was shaking that some of the puke kind of like fell out onto the table.
Sure, there's nasty, weird stuff on the table.
Really visceral.
I would, of course, scoop that back into the lard bucket. So that would be the first of the puke in the lard bucket.
You know, maybe I need like a creature familiar thing. Do you have a name for it?
Of my jar? Yeah, I guess this would be the
Phyllis-
first time you see me pull out this large
Phyllis
jar.
kind of like climbs up on the side of the pot and like looks over it and just like licks the plant, and the plant kind of jiggles a little bit.
I mean, it's like alive or something, right?
Sure. I think.
All right. Well, you have to name it.
I'm gonna call it Leafy. No, I don't want to actually.
One yet?
I'm gonna name it after that mean horse. The Pegasus thing. What was its name? Where's Ezra at?
Does
She
Ezra
was
show up?
changing clothes.
Yeah, she changed clothes. I mean, I feel like the cafeteria is relatively close to where their
Yeah.
living quarters, dorms are. So it's like when she comes in, walking across, carrying her food, etc.
Well, you can ask her. There she is.
Perfect. I would imagine you're getting your lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
pillow kind of floats down for you and sit on it. And as you're floating up to the table, like these like little plates of food are coming by, and you can pick and choose which ones you want.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, yes. It's just like thanking all of the plates.
I assume you sat kind of like to Cypher, and I'm like across from you guys. I'd be like, look what I did. And you could see through my giant jar of lard that inside is a tiny little plant.
What are you doing?
I did the green thumb thing from this morning, and it
Oh,
look, and you would like uncork it and shove it in your face.
oh, I dropped my plant and I think it died. Oh, I feel bad about that now.
Wait, we were supposed to take them? Plants?
We weren't supposed to take them?
Were we?
Did
Oh,
you
no,
have
I-
any plants? I thought none of yours worked.
I kind of stole this from Heath.
Well, they didn't yet.
Well, do you want to try it? You know what? She's gonna make an inspiring speech and cast her magic.
Go ahead.
She's like turns to Cypher and she's like, I'm really, you know what? I think you can get it next time. You just think about plants like, she looks down at your laptop, like a computer network. They're all connected to each other and you just have to give them the right input. You can tell she has no idea what she's talking about. Inputs to get the correct output for your plant to grow. But you can totally do it. And then she's going to try and cast her inspiring speech spell. It gives you an inspiring speech, and next time you try the thing that she inspires you to do, you can do it. You'll get a +1 to the roll, even if she's not there.
I'm going to make that note that I have
Feel good about yourself. Well, we'll see if it works.
+1.
I think she's helpful.
Yeah, you're trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe enthusiastic, but I
Yeah.
don't. Okay, so we'll do a +2 on that one. Okay, all right. Oh, you can do it.
Nice, yeah.
Wow. You're killing with these rolls tonight.
You feel confident and competent. I don't know. Maybe something that Ezra made up sounded like real computer stuff.
Yes. Cypher nods, knowing that you don't know what you're talking about, but the fact you tried means a lot.
Yeah.
The fact you even tried means a lot. And she doesn't smile. She doesn't like budge. She just says, "Okay, I'll try again."
You totally got this.
I have it. Yeah.
I have it. Yeah.
All the clown fries.
John even feels a little inspired. He's like, "You can do it."
See, even Eon thinks so.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I reach across. You said there's a spread of food, right?
Yeah.
It's on the table in front of us.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's is there some kind of fruit with a seed in it, like a watermelon or? Okay. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it now. I'll pluck a seed from a watermelon. I don't know what to plant it in. What do I have on the table in front of me? I'm poking.
Plant it in the watermelon.
Oh, that's true. Well, can you grow it out of the watermelon? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can. I'll
With
formulate
magic,
the
you can do
hell out of
whatever you
this.
want.
Okay.
Before Cypher's about to cast her spell,
Kind of what
Yeah.
fruit's for.
Eon takes a spoon from the table and uncorks his lard and huh?
I take it and rub it on my toast.
Well, he's
No, don't do that. No.
He's offering to put it on the
I
seed
mean,
because
do
it
it,
works
but
for
that's
him.
gross.
Oh.
It works for me.
Cypher thought you were offering her butter. She butters her toast before she makes the seed.
Cypher thinks you're. Oh boy, when she takes a bite out of that toast,
Lord
it's gonna
has
be
been
great.
sitting
Like
kind of
rancid.
a yellowish color too.
And before we're gonna actually end with for a break a little moment as Cypher is preparing to cast this and wipes what she thinks is butter on her toast before she tries this spell with a little bit of inspiration from Ezra. We're gonna take a break, and when we get back, you get to know whether she was successful in casting her watermelon spell or not. So we'll see you all in a moment after this short little break.
Like rancid lard.
I think you're muted. I have the mute.
Hi everyone.
Let's try it again.
That never happened. Welcome to episode 2 of Jasper Jinx Academy, where we have a new member who has been joining us, which is Ziggy, played by the Ballist, meeting all of our wonderful cast members here. And we're just going to get right into it. So we left off with Cypher about to cast a spell as Ezra gave this really inspiring kind of speech about technology that she doesn't really understand, but Cypher's like, you tried. And actually it was so inspiring that even Eon was like, yay.
Take my lard.
Here, have my lard.
And Cypher put the lard on her bread, so at some point she's gonna eat that.
This is what friends do.
At some point, Cypher may need to go see the nurse.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't say I ate it. I just said I used it. As to not be rude. in its offering. That being said, I also realized that Eon is, like, based on what I have written about her, that I admire her because she's confident and inspiring. So can I get another +1 for admiring her?
Him? Eon?
Him. I'm sorry, him. Wait, no. Who cast on me?
Ezra.
No, Ezra did. I had that. I admire Ezra because she's confident and inspiring.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. All right, so she inspired me, and I'm gonna get an extra one just because I like it when she's inspired. Cool. Because Lord knows I don't have anything else.
Might
For this.
get a +1 if you eat my bread.
I'm partial.
Patrick is just trying to make people do weird things to get extra bonuses. It doesn't work that way.
I'm trying so hard.
So I do reach over and like cup my hand over this watermelon, this like seed in the watermelon, and try to make it grow.
Yeah. So you cup your hand over it. Where are you putting the seed exactly? What are you putting it into?
Oh, I guess I was gonna just grow it right out of the watermelon. You know what? I guess I could get saucy and put it in the bread. Like I like smother the bread and then I pluck the seed and I like poke
you
it
shove
down
it into the bread, okay?
Yeah, toast.
And then you cast your spell. You hold your hands over it and you try to cast your spell.
Yeah.
So it does grow. And actually it looks very similar to a plant that you might have just seen grow.
Oh.
It has a white stem similarly to what Eon just grew, and it twilts over a little bit, and the bulb of it is this white and green speckled looking thing, and it kind of bobs a little bit. And Philip scurries across the table because the other one was in a jar, and Phyllis like licks this one.
I shouldn't.
And is gonna bite into it.
Mm-mm. I do not stop it.
Is anyone gonna stop it?
Phyllis is gonna eat the plant that just grew out of the watermelon. That looks the same as the plant that is in the jar of vomit lard.
She grew it in the bread. That also has the vomit lard.
Oh, you
Correct.
put it in the I thought you put it in the watermelon. Sorry, I like.
No, I needed something to like seed it into, and there was lard bread.
You can grow plants in the plant. That's the whole point of the fruit. Ezra will be like, just squeak out like eek in rat to try and stop Phyllis.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see.
All right, I guess I gotta roll animal speaking.
I mean, or you could just let Phyllis bite the plant.
No, this sounds like a terrible idea.
It'll be fine. Everything's just gonna be fine.
It's a good plan on any level, and she likes animals, so I'm gonna add 1 for that.
I
And
mean, Phyllis lives with Eon, so I'm assuming
I was
this
gonna
is
say,
fine.
I'm sure this can't be any worse than what I feed Phyllis on a good day.
It's probably why Phyllis
so-
wants to eat it.
partial success. Yeah, she's like squeak, squeaker, squeak, 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 squeakerson. Sounds like the character from.
And what are you saying to it?
Don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
Phyllis stops for a moment.
Probably not edible.
Phyllis has its back feet on the other side of the bread, and it's leaning towards it, and it's grasping on to the plant stem, and it's like, and it turns to you and it's like, why not?
Because it's made out of poison?
How do you know that? Squeak, squeak.
She just points at Eon.
He's not made out of poison. I've licked him.
And you lived?
Eon would be a little curious on why you just pointed at me.
Yeah, all you hear is squeaking, and they both look at you.
And you lived?
Eon's like, oh, more lard. Gets another spoonful in hands.
Phyllis kind of leans back and puts his little paws on his sides, and he's like,
Stands up.
and he's like, points at himself, and he's like, yeah, I'm alive.
But this plant looks the same as that plant. And she points at the one in the jar. And
Yeah.
that plant was definitely grown in something that shouldn't grow plants.
And I want to lick that one too, but it's inside the jar, and he won't open it.
I mean, I guess if you really want to, what's the worst that It just seems like a bad idea.
Why?
It doesn't look like food.
Looks like food to me.
I guess that's the difference between people, food, and rat. All right, go for it.
Eon says we can eat everything. The world is our oyster.
But a lot of oysters will kill you.
Haven't died from one yet.
Haven't died from one yet. Yeah, that's what he says. That's what he says. And he grabs onto the stem. Unless you're going to try to convince him.
I mean, if telling him it's not food doesn't convince him, then
While this whole thing is going on, Eon's gonna grab the bulb and eat it.
You're gonna grab the bulb?
Yeah, I'll eat it, sure.
Oh no. Okay.
I think Phil is just like convinced Ezra that it's a good idea.
Everybody to Cypher.
Okay.
Cypher's a smidge devastated right now. The only thing in her entire life she's ever got to grow. Everybody is currently eating.
So Phyllis just sees, as the two of you guys are like squeaking at each other, Phyllis sees out of the corner of his eye, Eon grab the bulb and just put it in his mouth, unless someone else is going to stop Eon from putting the bulb in his mouth.
Oh no, I mean like the whole bread and everything. I like shake. As this whole thing on, I just shake Phyllis off. Like, no one's going to eat this bread. I'm going to eat the bread.
And Phyllis just is like, what? Well, dibs. And he like looks grumpy. And then he's like scurries off. And he's like,
I would have given him a little bit of the bread that hasn't been lard touched.
Oh, then he gets excited and he starts eating it. And he's like, you just hear
But
like,
I would start eating the lard bread, kind of avoiding the plant, like, because I imagine it's in the middle of the
it is
bread.
in the
and
middle.
I would eat the lard and encrusted crust and
It's
just
disgusting. It
not
tastes
me.
like
I
vomit.
live off this stuff.
Yeah, it tastes like vomit.
Tastes good to me.
Yeah. It probably smells like vomit too. So do you just
after eating just around it, I would be like, sorry, Cypher, and I would give the plant that's still.
You keep it.
Continues to eat.
Are you gonna eat the rest of it?
I would eat it, yeah, sure.
As you go to eat,
I probably wouldn't eat the plant because it's not clean looking, I guess. Well, you just said it's of white color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. To
The
Eon,
bulb is like green. It's white and green speckled.
yeah, but that still looks too clean.
That
Oh,
still
no.
looks too clean. Okay.
If it looks rotten and stuff, that's where Eon gets all tingly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looks like
Oh, it looks
it
like
does
crap?
not look like a healthy plant.
Oh, well then I would eat it, sure.
As you go to try to eat it, the bulb opens up. Like the second you put any damage on any bit of this plant, the bulb opens up and like teeth spread out of the sides of the plant petals. And in the middle, like a little hole squirts out and like this nasty spray like sprays all over you, and everyone in the area smells this disgusting smell, and you all either throw up or gag.
Would I? Or would I be like,
Do you want to
"Wow!"
roll to not do that? Because otherwise you're going to.
I would have. I
feel like
I would.
you could pass it.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, as repulsive as I am and what I have bathed in and lived in, I would have been like,
Yeah, you're repulsive.
this is
You're
cool.
you like trash. You don't like. Yeah, roll me 2d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as this, I imagine it's like a purplish black mist that just kind of
Sure.
like puffs out of this thing, and as everybody, I'm sure sirens and stuff are going on. People are being evacuated out. Phyllis
A ton of people just book it because it just smells
yeah,
like everyone's just like
everyone is
"Bleh."
booking it out.
And like
Eon's
they're all just running out.
smells great. Phyllis, smell. Phyllis and I are both just,
Yeah, Phyllis is like wafting it in Phyllis's face.
smells great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would. Yeah, I would use it as a cologne. I would pocket it. I would actually put it. I wouldn't eat any more of it. I'd put it in like a I don't know. Can I make like a makeshift pouch or something in my jacket? Or I'd probably
yeah,
just
you have a
pocket it.
makeshift pouch in your jacket.
Yeah, I would probably just put it there, kind of like, you know, how
What are the
professors
three of you doing as this is happening?
are dying slowly.
Yeah,
I mean-
probably gagging.
No, I'm definitely out vomiting after being hugged by Eon, and this happening. No, definitely the vomit.
Okay, Ziggy throws up out the side of his chair, little floating pillow that he's sitting on. What do you want to do anything, or are y'all just gonna?
I was gonna say you guys should all try to roll to see who throws up and who doesn't. That could be fun.
I don't even have to roll for this.
He's like, I do it.
I think Cypher would try to keep it down.
Okay, try to keep it down. Yeah, let's do it.
She would try. Okay. I mean, I feel like we're kind of friends, so I've got to at least be used to some of it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing. I have nothing for this, so we're just gonna roll it. We're gonna just roll it. Roll it.
Yeah, you don't have you.
Roll that beautiful.
Well, Ian is
partial
your best
success.
friend, right?
Yeah, they're my best friend because they get me.
Yeah, I would give you +1 for that, so that's extra 13, so it's a
Perfect.
partial success. Yeah.
So I probably gag and maybe throw up a little bit in my mouth, but I managed to like swallow it.
Oh yeah, you swallow it.
When you
Ugh.
swallow, you do get the taste of that
Oh.
plant. Yeah.
So, Ezra, I'm gonna roll. I'll roll to see as well. I'd say her obliviousness may count to her advantage in this because she's very focused on her conversation with Phyllis. So, like, I don't think she notices that the plant got that the toast got picked up and eaten, and she's just like, it's not food and it's bad for you. And
The smell, it smells so good.
yeah, she's like, what smell?
Yeah.
I'd say her obliviousness is actually a good thing right now.
All right, I'll allow it. I like the
I'll roll.
the way you played it off.
Yeah, no.
And then
oh no! And then she hasn't eaten lunch yet, so it's kind of a dry heave onto the table, and just like it's bad.
yeah.
Mhm. That is the worst and most disgusting thing I think I've smelled ever in a long time. And oh, I'm so sorry, Eon. I didn't.
She apologizes for her.
Yes, and she's like dry heaving.
As everybody's puking, Eon's like, what? As he's shoveling all the puke into the lard bowl.
Oh, gross.
It's like upcycling.
So you could cast something to
Ugh.
stop it, or if that's all you guys want to do, then I will be doing something then.
I think as the smell is getting worse, Ezra will try to contain it. Doesn't really know magically what she's doing, so she's gonna, I guess, will make up a spell.
Yeah.
Which I feel like for Ezra, it wouldn't actually be to get rid of the smell. It would just be to change. It's like it'd be like prestidigitation, almost like to change people's perception or to make everyone okay with the bad smell. I feel like the spell is called "It's Not Actually That Bad."
Okay.
And
To make everyone
makes-
feel like it's not actually that bad. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like you're going to be casting this a lot on me. Okay.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's not that bad. And it's the opposite of you can do it. It's like an internal pep talk to convince yourself it's not as bad as you think it is.
Okay.
I kind of want to make a spell that immediately cancels that, saying, no, it is that bad.
That bad. So makes people feel like something isn't as bad as it could be. Or as bad as it.
I could see multiple cases of where this spell could be used. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound.
Like someone
as
got a bad
or-
grade too, and you
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
it's in
Or a bad breakup.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
there you go.
and it probably doesn't last that long, but
No.
in this instance, hopefully it'll last long.
They'll come to and theyll realize it is pretty
It's going to
bad.
go.
It's an internal pep talk. It makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. But it's levels. It starts at level 0, right? Because I'm making it up.
Yeah, it's level 0.
All right, level 0. It's not that bad. All right, I'm gonna try and cast this. She's like, after she finishes dry heaving and she feels kind of bad about this to Eon, she's like, no, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And she's just like convincing herself and everyone who can hear her out
not
loud.
that bad.
And I would say her enthusiasm is probably like she's got a lot of power of belief, the power of lowered expectations, or at the very least,
Are you trying to convince me that it's not that bad?
No, she's trying to convince everyone else.
I think it's like,
Can I also agree and be like, yeah, it's really not that bad?
I think helpful is definitely one that I would give you.
Okay, so helpful, and then maybe I almost want to say disappointing people but I don't think I just say helpful. Let's just go with.
I think helpful, definitely.
Okay, so all right, 15.
Jeez, your rolls are insane.
You're doing great tonight.
Yeah, tell us what happens. It's all yours. The story.
The RNG is with Ezra. So she's like, you know what? It's not that bad. Actually, it's not. She like gets up from her dry heaving and just like looks at everyone and she's like, you know what? It's not that bad. And I feel like she says this and her voice sort of rings kind of loudly through the cafeteria and like cuts through this cloud of purple smoggy smoke smell that's just like emanating from their table. It's really like, okay, well, it's fine. And everybody hears it. And there's like a little like moment where you're like, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, and people start people who are kind of like rushing out, like holding their hands over their mouths, kind of stop for a moment. And they're like, maybe it isn't that bad.
Which, to be clear, it is not getting rid of the smell.
No.
So
you're just momentarily
you feel okay about yourself. Also,
I'll let you all talk for a moment, and then something else is gonna happen.
Oh, I'm feeling better about it.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's okay. It'll be fine.
It'll be
It's
great.
better already.
Eon would just agree, be like, yeah, I don't see what the issue is. Smells great to me. Looks around at all the puke on the ground and the table as he's still shoveling it into Chuck. Combination of lard and puke at this point is about almost half filled.
Lauren's like, Ziggy,
yeah, I don't think Ezra knows what else to do at this point. She's just like trying to keep everybody calm. That's her whole thing.
Well,
how does Ziggy feel about this situation?
I'm just kind of like coughing from after the vomiting and stuff, trying to like clean my face off somewhat and trying to get over the fact that I already hugged Eon and the fact that this plant just smells horrendous.
Were you gonna say something, Cypher?
well, now that we are done with lunch and tossing our lunches, maybe we could I don't know. That's all she's got.
Yeah, and as soon as you say that, out from the top of the ceiling comes like these interesting looking creatures. They almost look like bats, but they because they have bat wings and like almost the face of a bat, but instead of like little fangs and stuff like that, when they open their mouths, it's like this whirlwind that happens in front of them. And you just see this cloud of like bat-like looking creatures come zooming in and pushing this cloud of like gross purple stuff.
Are they vacuum cleaners?
Yeah. And they're pushing this cloud around and they're kind of surrounding it and they suction it all in. They're vacuum
cleaners.
Vacuum cleaners.
Not handle you right now.
But,
Not handle it. So we watch this happen. Can we tell who is casting this or making this happen? Source.
So for Cypher, yeah, you might not know. You've heard of these creatures before, but you might not have seen them used in a school, or maybe not even seen them used in person. But people own them. They are like creatures who clean things. Usually they like suction up like dirt and things of that sort, but they can also like cleanse the air. They have many abilities that they can use.
The school owns them, like part of the janitorial service.
You would assume that maybe that would make
Okay.
sense. Like cleaning services have them. They're kind of like good companions for that type of service.
I sit quietly and watch the bats.
And yeah, they just kind of swirl around and they're like cleaning up what they can, and as soon as they're finished, they kind of disappear up into the ceiling again. It's like almost like they go up there and they just disappear. It's weird.
I don't
Ezra's
like
just
those
like, thank
bats.
you.
I love the vacuum cleaners.
Does that happen often?
Whenever there's a mess. You might see them a lot in your room.
No,
Actually,
why?
I actually asked Cypher to disable the vacuum cleaner things in our room.
Yeah, I turned it off.
But
She,
they're so
like,
friendly.
hacked into the system to try to do
Yeah,
it.
to try to like.
Oh
I'm
man,
not
you need to
skip our
roll me
room.
to see how
I'm
well
not
your hack went for.
Did like over the
training.
sensor.
Okay, hang on. Let me see how well my hack went. Okay.
Yeah. I need to know. I love this idea though. We flash
Okay.
back to the two of them in their room hacking.
So technically, Eon's my best friend, and I'm doing it for
I'll give
him.
it to you.
For them, and I'm using hacking, so that's 2.
Mm-hmm. You probably are using your laptop, right?
I'm definitely using my laptop, so that's 3. All right, let me just roll a
I
flat.
feel like this is maybe a brooding thing. Maybe.
Definitely burning. A partial success. I'm just rolling horribly.
A 12 would be a partial success.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
If I
haven't
added
been
one- yeah,
posting
for
the rolls in the chat. Sorry, this is me derping tonight. Tonight was intense because I wasn't expecting to not have a cast member. We like filled one in really quick. Yeah.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
we're
just
nailing
forgot
it.
for the whole half of the episode to have the rolls up.
Fine.
Yeah, with an 11, that's a partial success. So yeah, you do it. Yeah,
Oh, I do. Okay, great.
yeah. There might be
Yeah.
some other outcomes of it. It's fine.
Yeah, basically, I hung like a like on the door of your hotel, the like "Do Not Disturb" sign, but I did that digitally so that they always just skip right over us.
Yeah,
Just
it's
mark
almost
this-
like that room doesn't exist in their service.
their catalog.
Yeah, in their service log, it's just like missing for some reason.
You hacked
That's what
the
that's
bats.
Yeah, we hacked the bats. The vacuum cleaner's gonna have to skip us.
Vacuum cleaner's bat cave.
The vacuum closet. It would have to be a closet.
Oh, there you go, the vacuum closet.
Just a cave.
Doors getting out of
we,
hand.
we have derailed this conversation
Sorry.
with bats. Yeah, I simply look at you and go, yeah, the vacuum. They don't clean our room.
But they're so friendly.
Eon stands up. No, they are not.
I think that's a matter of perspective.
Huh.
Ezra, you've had wonderful conversations with them
Yeah.
while they're cleaning.
It's really awkward though because they're bats, so it's like echolocation. So Ezra's just like
Just like screaming at
making
them.
this very high pitched like and that's the dolphins. But you know,
that's not how bats sound.
You're working on the dialect.
yeah, it's
Not
just
quite there yet.
my bat's a little too dolphin. I get my echolocation animals confused.
It's all in the back of the throat, really.
Yeah, so it's more, a little more forward. Bats are a little more nasal. Yeah, Ezra has had great conversations with them. Just like, oh, I guess I could talk to them for you.
Don't do that.
No.
They don't know we exist.
Oh.
I wiped us off the record.
They know I exist. But
I
that's
mean,
why
bats don't
I
have a
asked.
great sense of smell.
Why I asked Cypher to take him off the grid.
Take us off the grid.
He does not understand what he's saying. He's like, take them off.
Aside for nods, like, yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's what I really wanted to do.
So, what did the plant taste like?
Well, would I have eaten the plant, or would I have just eaten like where it was growing?
You
Because I thought
took
you
a
said
bite
when I
into
touched.
it, and then it attacked you.
Yeah, that's when it released the
right?
cloud, right?
Yeah, that's when it opened up and it had teeth on all of its petals, and it like had inside the hole of it, it like squirted out some nasty stuff.
Can I try to convince them that it tasted like chicken, trying to be obnoxious?
I'm gonna
Sure.
trust whatever you say. You don't have to convince me.
I just want to say that it tasted like chicken, trying to be obnoxious.
Knew I should have took a bite out of it.
Can I get one for being obnoxious?
I mean, you can just tell them that it tastes like
I mean,
chicken.
oh yeah, no,
You don't have to
Ezra will
roll
believe
to
you.
say
You
that.
tell her it
Okay.
tastes like chicken.
I just wanted to yeah, it tastes like chicken. Little bit of salmon in that too, but you want to try? And scoop some lard on it too.
No, I'm good.
I feel like
I'm full.
That's why I wanted to roll. I really wanted to convince you to taste it. I wanted you to try it.
You could try
It'll
to
be-
convince her to taste it.
I mean, you can convince me, but the angle's not gonna necessarily be believing. Remember, she doesn't like to disappoint people.
So I'm gonna cast my hero on Ezra to make her brave enough to eat it.
Oh my gosh, do it.
Do it. Make her brave, and then just make her feel like she's gonna disappoint you, and she'll do it.
Right.
Oh my god.
She's oblivious, helpful, and doesn't want to disappoint people. Just remember that. And you're like, oh.
Oh, do I get +1s for all those?
So what are you rolling? You're rolling for your spell.
Yeah.
Who do you have as your best friend?
Like Ezra.
Yeah,
I
you
think
get,
it's Ezra,
you get a
yeah.
+1 for Ezra.
2 because it's music. Or +1 because
This
it's
is a
music.
little wild. I think that's kind of like a random thing for you to want your best friend to eat this strange plant. That's a little
Yup.
crazy.
But it tastes like chicken.
But I
Not
think I give
really.
you a -1 because you hate science. I feel like this is like
I don't think this is science. I think
this
this
is almost
being
like for
an asshole.
science though. It's like experimenting to taste what this tastes like. I don't know. Okay,
I don't
you
know
get the
about
+2. That's it.
Okay, fine. +2.
What do you say? What do you say to poor Ezra? Ezra, you need new friends.
Oh my gosh. I just I cast the spell My Hero, which has play My Hero from the Foo Fighters, and it makes her brave enough to try and eat this plant.
Ezra feels very brave now, like super empowered by this. She's like, okay, you said it tastes like chicken? And I feel like you're going to be upset if I don't eat this.
And as you ask Eon that, he just, the question went right past him, and then, yeah. Holds it back up.
All right, what's the worst that could happen? She
I'm gonna
grabs it.
leave the room before this
and just
happens. 'cause
shoves
I
it in
know
her
it's
face.
gross.
Ziggy leaves.
She's just like-
Ziggy immediately brings his pillow down and walks away.
So it's-
Ezra, you convinced your friend and then you're gonna leave?
Toast with this plant on it, right? Like,
Oh no, it's half eaten now.
yeah.
I took
she
a
just eats
giant
it.
bite out of it.
As soon as you take a bite out of, like you hurt it in any sense, the same thing happens. The flower opens up, its teeth kind of like hiss at you, and like inside the middle of the flower, this mouth squirts out this gross, I guess now it's this purpley black thing, and it just
Cloud of
It's-
smoke. Just
it's like
This is why
a
I
skunk
evacuated
just
the
like
room.
skunked all over you. That's sprayed all over you.
However, what does it taste like?
not chicken.
Not chicken. You know how like a flower, I don't know if you've ever like played with dandelions or something like that, and you like squish them and like that goop comes out of it. It's almost like you bite into it, and as your teeth puncture it, little pus comes out and it tastes like vomit. And you probably are gonna throw up.
Ezra doesn't want to disappoint Eon. And so she thinks the vomiting right now will disappoint Eon. So she just is gonna stomach it. Just like she eats the whole plant. Teeth and all.
You're gonna eat it all?
Eat the whole thing.
A little disappointed that he doesn't get to eat any more of it because it was good.
It is screaming the entire like.
Oh! If it screams no, then
yeah,
no,
it's screaming.
She's like, oh, I'm sorry, and she's gonna try and talk to this plant. You're alive?
As you're trying to do that, Eon would be like, "You're not gonna have it." Yanks it out of your hand.
No, I'm talking to the plant now. My friend.
As the smoke is everywhere and
Yeah,
people
the
are
smoke is
vomiting again.
everywhere.
Wait, well, does Cypher have to re-roll to make sure she doesn't throw up again?
I think because she did throw up before, right?
She didn't. No, she stomached it.
I got a partial success on it.
Okay, so Cypher got a partial success, so I think like it's the same thing that happens again for Cypher.
Yeah. So I'm having some weird feelings about you guys eating this thing I made.
She's like, yeah. So Ezra realizes when it screams, she realizes maybe she can talk to it, and so she's like, "Are you alive?"
And it just hisses again, and more stuff squirts out of it.
Bad plant. No, stop.
Can I reach over and try to grab it and eat it from her?
I mean, you could try. If
Don't.
Ezra doesn't want you to have it, she can also stop you.
Oh, she will not let you take this plant. She needs to talk to
Can I
this plant.
scoop it? I want to scoop it. I don't want to eat it.
Okay, we're just gonna roll a flat 2d8 and then
That's
plus
probably
any
the most
stat.
logical thing that has been said in like the last hour. Can I just take it away from these evil people?
Ezra's trying to talk
We're
to
gonna
it
roll a
now.
flat. Hold on. We're gonna roll a flat 2d8 plus any like characteristics that you think would help you in this scenario. For grabbing it.
For grabbing
I mean,
it.
Ezra is sporty. She's a Whisby champ.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a contact sport.
If you guys eat my baby.
She's trying to talk to it.
Oh my God.
it is
How-
technically
how
Cypher's plant.
I would like
you
to
guys eat
add
my
the
baby.
notion that I'm not affected by the plant nor its fumes at all, so I have clear consciousness of knowing where to grab. As I'm sure Ezra's probably fighting off the fumes and the smell.
Yeah, but Ezra's willing to kick you.
Yeah, my motherly instinct kicks in.
All right,
Roll
Ezra
really
and Eon,
poorly.
roll your rolls. We're gonna see who gets
So
the
I'm gonna
highest one.
add for the sporty,
Yeah.
and then I also think that the animals count. It's a
It's
sentient
a
plant.
not an animal.
All
We're gonna
right,
talk with plants.
she's gonna teach herself
Oh yeah,
that.
I'm sure she is. That's her jam, man. I would assume that she would.
Partial
11.
success.
All right, Ian, you gotta
Can I
beat an
get
11.
Can I get the one for just being able to passively not be affected by anything?
No.
No, well, like, I'm not affected by the taste nor the fumes that it's spewing out. I would have no issue just reaching across the
You
table.
you are affected, but you are.
It's pleasant to me, though.
Yeah, you did get to roll, and so did she. But you both are successful in that case. So
Okay.
yeah.
Poop.
Oh. She holds that plant.
Ezra takes his plant. She's like, I don't.
What I imagine
I'm
is
let me
like
talk
you're
to
both
it.
grabbing Eon, or like Cypher just smacks Eon's hand out of the way, and then Ezra, you still have it.
Don't eat it.
No, I'm trying to talk to it.
It talks.
Well, it's screaming, and she points it at you.
Up almost mine screams, pulls mine out, and
The
yawns
bulb
on.
is closed right now as you're holding it, and it's like,
It's kind of cute or something.
It's okay. Ezra's gonna try and talk to this plant. So I guess now I'm gonna learn how herbolinguistics.
yeah, sure.
All right, herbolinguistics. Talk to plants. I'm level 0.
You're level 0. I think you would get a +1 because you have you know other languages of lots of other creatures. So maybe that gives you like an advantage in learning another skill for sure.
I'll take that. All right, so 1.
And then what else do you got? I don't think you got anything else.
I don't think anything else. She's not as good at plants as she is with animals. She doesn't get them.
Yeah.
13. You know what? Sometimes the dice are in your favor.
Ezra's a beast.
Sorry, next week I'm gonna fail every roll.
Yeah, tell us what happens.
I mean, what do plants sound like? I feel like it's more telepathic with plants.
Yeah.
Because they don't really make noises, so she just like looks at it.
This one is hissing, but it's not like talking. It's just like it's the sound of the squirting from the
she's like
nasty stuff, yeah.
And then like kind of looks at it and like communicates like, what is your name? But all you see is just her making this face like
it's like don't hurt me.
Okay, well, I need you to stop making a disgusting smell.
That's what I do when I'm trying to protect myself.
Reasonable.
You tried to eat me.
Well, I didn't know you were alive.
And it turns its head and it like looks at Eon and it's like,
He tried to eat me.
and then it looks over at Cypher and it's like, Mom.
Okay,
What does it
if
say?
I give you back to your mom, will you stop with the smell? We'll put you in a pot and
It
it'll
like
be
peels open just the tips, like the little petals, just the little bits of the petals, and you almost think it's gonna open it completely. And then it's like it closes it again, and it opens it again, and it closes it again, and it's like,
Yeah.
Okay. So Ezra like turns over, she looks at Cypher. Congratulations, it's a plant. She hands it to you. You're its mother. Yep.
Eon getting
Take
very
care of it.
it turns
Make more of that
to
smell.
look at you, and it's like,
Mom.
I can't hear it, right? Like I can't.
you can't hear it at all. It's telepathic.
Congratulations.
What do I do with it?
I think it needs water and possibly insects. I think it's carnivorous.
Why are you whispering about me?
Oh no, you can hear all of my thoughts. When I talk out loud and people speak, you can hear it. Oh god, the plants are listening. Can that watermelon hear me?
Yeah.
I made it from a watermelon seed. I can't wait to see what
That's
this
my
damn thing.
brother. But he has a different mom.
Brother from
This is the weirdest creature I've ever had to play as a DM or anything in my life.
So
It's your responsibility now.
Who's the dad?
Someone in the chat's like, who's
Chuck.
Chuck's the dad? Oh no, Chuck's the dad!
You're gonna have to take care of it and help it grow like a website.
What?
This is the worst metaphor.
Intentionally bad.
I love it.
Cool.
I'm crying.
I've never made anything grow ever.
That's a
Mazel
lie.
tov!
She made me grow.
I let out like a strange, like God will fry, like awkwardness.
As this is all transpiring, Eon's getting this devious plan of like, I'm a dad. Unworks it and goes, "Go, my child!" and raises the whole jar to the sky, hoping it would just like fumigate the entire.
Did you open the jar?
Yeah, well, I uncorked the lid to where it could just kind of a thing, because inside of Chuck is the jar, or the pot with the plant in it. It's just like cemented in. No,
Well, it's not. It you do this. You hold the jar up and you're like, "Go, my child," and it just sits there in the pot. like it was before y'all tilted.
Damn. Hoping my epicness would make it.
But the jar does smell disgusting. When you unscrew
Oh yeah, for sure.
it does
That-
smell
that's a
nasty.
given.
But the
I'm
plant
surprised
itself
the
is not
plant
doing
still
anything.
alive.
Yeah.
If Eon has control, like anything in his possession, it probably just smells terrible.
Yeah, probably. Ziggy, where did you go? Did you like leave very far, or did
left.
you just back up a little because you were like, I don't know what's gonna happen next?
No, I kind of figured it was gonna spray its stuff again when she bit into it, so I kind of like evacuated a little, like out, just kind of like around the corner, like of a
Okay.
doorway, just to kind of get enough
You
distance
peek
away
back
from.
in and you see now that Cypher's holding the plant. And that Eon is like holding his jar up into the roof.
Can I roll to see how cool I look?
Oh yeah,
Like, just
sure.
like
If you want
Okay.
to roll to see how cool you look.
I do. I want to see. I want to see if I'm successfully looking cool to everyone else.
I think that's
Fuck.
up to the person. He rolled a 9. He does not look cool.
He just looks crazy.
But
He
to
looks
me,
like
I
a
think
crazy
I look
person,
cool.
yeah. First, oh my, for full circle of life on Pride Rock. Holding the baby Simba. Oh my god.
Simba.
You guys are killing me right now.
You gave me a child. This is what happens.
What happens now? Please tell me.
So, I feel like I got that assignment where you have to take care of the egg.
Yep.
You know, it's like your first like home ec assignment.
I had to do that.
So class. Can I take it?
Oh, right. Lunch is almost over. What class do we have next?
Yeah, you do have another class, and today's class is going to be with Professor Oleander.
Oh.
Oh no, actually this was Professor Jacobo. Sorry, I have to look at the schedule.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Man, I was gonna be like my favorite professor today.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Who's my favorite professor?
Kubo. Alchemy.
You still do have a little
Oh.
bit of time because basically you're in lunchtime, but you're coming close to the next class time.
Right. Oh, this is my favorite professor. Well, will be.
Well, will be.
He will be. I can't take this. Should I take this to the room? I don't.
Your seedling? Spawn? Baby?
No.
It's calling you mom.
No.
Mom.
I can't change
Congratulations.
that.
I don't.
It heard you say mom, and now it just keeps saying mom.
It's all it just.
That's like all it's saying.
Okay. I say it at the plant, like, stop saying it. I know you're saying it, even though I can't hear you say it. And I tuck it in the bag so it can hang out the side of the messenger bag.
Yeah, kind of like hanging out.
Yeah.
I think she takes a cup from the table and then stuffs it with mashed potatoes or whatever. I don't know. It's just babe, just put it in this. It's like dirt.
That is mashed potatoes.
Okay, well, and then she
Even I know that is
something to
nothing
make
like
it brown.
Eon's
it looks
looking at you
like
guys
dirt.
very confused that you're trying to obviously just copy him.
He doesn't at all want that. She's just we're gonna stay there.
Eon's gonna make a very educated
gonna
read from his
stay
book,
here.
actually, and be like, actually, mashed potatoes won't work because I don't even. It's not gonna work because once you water those potatoes, you're gonna get watered down. The seedling's gonna come loose, and it's just not gonna work well. Now, lard, however, that's a nice, sturdy structure. Not gonna give a lot of give,
Not gonna give a lot of kids.
Hey, oh, I have an idea.
Want to put it in my jar?
No, I do not. We have, how much time do we have before class?
Probably 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, Cypher moves the fastest you've ever seen her move. Like, she checks the time on her phone. She definitely doesn't run, but she, like, walk paces.
Okay.
And she's gonna head outside.
Okay.
There's got to be, like, there's grounds and flower beds and all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna find, like, a nearby flower bed, and I'm gonna plant the plant.
Okay.
Where it genuinely belongs to, like where it deserves to be. And so, like, I go out there, I probably, like, don't use my hands. I probably use, like, a pencil or something to, like dig a hole very awkwardly.
Okay.
And I'm like, here you'll have plant friends, and I will come take care of you every day. I, like, put it in a little hole, and I, like, cover it back up, and I'm like...
He's, like, looking at the other plants, but you can't see him, and he's like... Hey. Oh.
Sing.
And he looks at you and he's like, Mom.
So, no spraying people. Just friendly plant-to-plant communication. And I'll be back after class. Stay there. And I come back inside and, like, wiping my hands, like...
He's like, as you leave him, he's just yelling, Mom, Mom, Mom. And he's, like, tilting as far as he can go. And
No.
And then he looks back at the other plants and he's like, Mom left me.
I never knew my dad. And my mom has left me.
I am gonna come back and visit, like, every class. I just...
What are the three of you doing while she's gardening?
I'm probably gonna go drop off my I'm gonna go drop off Chuck at in our dorm room.
Okay. You leave Chuck at your dorm room, okay.
Ezra finishes eating, and then just at some point she looks up to Ziggy. She's like, I feel like we were supposed to do something when we came inside. And then just keeps eating again.
Does Ziggy remember what you were supposed to be doing?
No, but I am gonna instead remember the bad smell of this plant and try and write it into a spell so I can remember it for later.
Ooh, are you gonna try to cast a spell to remember a spell?
Sure.
Okay. To come up with a name for it and what it does.
Oh, it's gonna be called "Smells Like Teen Spirit." 100%.
I love
But it's just gonna recreate that smell of that horrible plant, basically.
I love it. Awesome.
So do I just cast it?
Yeah, so you would just cast it, and then you get 0, so it'd be level 0 because you don't have any levels in it. It should auto do that for you, and then any benefits that you would have to it, like if you have some other things that you think might be helpful, like for instance, if
the wild trait, that's about it.
Yeah, maybe the wild would work.
That's about all I can think of that really has anything to do with that.
Partial success. All right.
Hog.
Yeah. But you're not casting it right now. You're just trying to learn it. Like.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Give yourself a success on that.
Oop.
You control it. I think what happens is you control, because you're like trying to make that happen, but you're also trying not to make it happen because you're trying to learn it. And a little bit of that smell does seep out. Yeah. And you kind of like gag a little bit. And Ezra definitely sees you doing that as she's trying to eat her mashed potatoes.
You okay?
But now I control the power of a horribly smelling plant.
Oh my god.
Do you just like mutter that out loud?
Yeah.
And
I'm good though.
And all of you head on to Professor Jacobo's studio, where he teaches advanced alchemy. And for him, who's gonna get there first, or like how are you all getting there? Are you trying to be on time, or
think Ezra's actually trying to be on time.
Ooh, okay.
I think I'm gonna run in a tad late just because I've been dealing with my mommy problems. I had to drop them off at daycare.
Yeah, your mom problems for sure.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Professor Jacobo's class is actually pretty close to Cypher's and I's room. It's the closest of all of our teachers. So I'm gonna say I'm walking in, not early, but kind of right as the bell is ringing, where I'm not late, but not early. Just on time, I guess.
So this is an alchemy class, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if it's like a science sort of class, I'm gonna try and be as late as possible.
Okay. Like, are you gonna miss part of it, or are you just gonna like get there right after the bell rings?
I'm gonna miss part of it because I'm gonna try and be as late as humanly possible.
All right, late as humanly possible. So the first person to wander in here, which I think is probably Ezra, being on time. Ezra, you walk in, and this area of the school is a little bit different. It has kind of like a stone bricking that is all throughout the hallway in this area. And what's interesting about this is that the stone kind of moves in and out. And when the stone moves in and out, it shifts. So it like moves in and out and shifts around. And it's almost like puzzle pieces that are kind of moving constantly as you're walking down the hallway. And once you get into his room, it opens up. There's a wooden, and it has just kind of like an archway. It's no door or anything of that sort. It's just an archway. And two chandeliers kind of like hanging off the sides. They have the face of some kind of like creatures, each of them on each side, and they're holding like these candles that are on top of their heads. And then below them, they have like these chains and a little thing that has like holsters, and there's stuff inside of it, like different kinds of like reagents and things of that sort, on both sides as you walk in. And to the right of you is this giant like furnace that is there, and it looks like it's big enough for, you know, quite a few, like probably like 20 kids to like put stuff inside of the furnace. So it's a pretty large furnace to the right of you, and you just feel this warmth of the fire coming through. And the fire is actually not like a normal looking color fire. It has this blue flame and trickle to it as you feel the warmth kind of feeling around you. And to the far right of that furnace, because the furnace kind of takes up that whole wall, you see a little stairway that goes up the right. And now you know that you're never allowed in that area. That kind of like goes up somewhere else. But you've never been up there. To the left of you is kind of where all of the desks are. So on the left-hand side, there are these long desks. And unlike the other classroom where they were all separated, these are like long tables that fit probably 10 kids per table instead of like 2 per table. And along this table are little like Bunsen burners kind of basically that are there, and vials and all kinds of like weird contraption-y things with pipes and baubles and bits. And along the walls are all, it's kind of dark in this room. There's little sconces with little lights kind of flickering, and all along the walls are books, just tons of books and bottles, and they look like they're filled with different things. You do see some kids kind of like milling about, coming into the room and sitting down. And behind you will actually be Cypher.
Come in, like, wiping, trying to make sure there's no dirt on me.
On
like,
hand, yeah.
I'm like looking around my pitter a little bit. I sit down probably next to Ezra. So,
I feel like Ezra's like really trying to get all of her stuff together. I think this class stresses her out more than some of the other ones. Like you can kind of tell she's like, yeah, oh hi, like trying to find her books. And
Cypher like pops the laptop open very gingerly and like watches
whatever is happening to the left of her. And as you all are preparing, you see Ezra kind of like shuffling through all of her stuff. Cypher opens her laptop and starts typing some things, probably not getting ready for class, but doing something. We see just as the bell in the tower rings for the clock, the clock tower rings, Eon kind of like strut his way in.
Eon would wave down Cypher, hoping that there's a seat next to her and Ezra, and try to go find a seat next to him.
Yeah. You can pick one on either, because these are long tables that fit 10, so you can either sit on next to Ezra or next to Cypher.
I'd probably sit next to Cypher, as Cypher's my friend. My best friend, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I would assume it's closer to the door.
Sure. Yeah, you can be closer to the door.
Kind of like on the edge of the, because you said the desks are giant slabs.
Yeah.
That's how I'm like picturing it, just kind of like giant alchemy or chemistry table.
Yeah, that's kind of how it looks.
I would probably be at the end of like this entire like 6-man, 7-man like kind of slab.
It fits like 10 kids, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I figured they would be on like the far left or whatever.
Awesome. And I think that's kind of where we're going to end it today. As we start our next class with Professor Jacobo, who, as a hint for you all, is a humorless, jolly fellow. So he's going to be real boring, but real nice, real happy.
Oh, it sounds like my writing teacher.
I love him because I like him because he has no sense of humor.
Yeah.
Literally, Cypher's favorite teacher because he has no sense of humor.
So if you enjoyed watching me play as the sun seedling of Cypher and as a rat, you may like that too. So we're just going to wrap things up for episode 2 of Jasper Jinx Academy, where they kind of got a hint at what's going on with the school, but then forgot about it because they got caught up in, well, their weird stuff.
It's lunch.
Don't know what you're talking about. Normal.
I'm gonna try that. I have more pictures. I'm gonna have to try that spell again.
Yeah, you do have more pictures. It was just the one that you put in there that did that. So we'll go around and let everyone say what their favorite moment was tonight, and of course where people can find them at. And we will see you all next Thursday for more Jasper Jinx Academy. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can give it a follow, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. If you're watching this over on the YouTubes, and of course, follow Margaret Crone everywhere, because that's where all the things are. So first things first, our guest playing Ziggy. Hopefully we see you again sometime, Ziggy. Wallace, where can people find you at, and what was your favorite moment tonight?
People can find me at twitch.tv/Ballast. Just same name, but without the. Favorite moment from tonight was probably the plant stuff. That was pretty funny.
All of it?
It was just totally complete madness and just grossness. It made it really good.
Some people were like, can I kill that character just because he's grossing me out? people don't like Eon.
I love Eon. Eon's funny.
Speaking of which,
Eon's probably the funniest character. I love him.
No, it's great.
You want to kill me?
Patrick is playing this character like to the T. And of course, moving on to Eon. Patrick, what was your favorite moment tonight, and where can people find you at?
When I didn't die, dude, I had a lot of favorite moments. Probably the Pegasus. Pissed off Pegasus I almost killed. I would like to think I almost killed it with the weird bite of whatever I nearly killed it with. That was pretty funny to me. Other than that, our lunch scene was probably way too much. You acting as the little baby sapling seed thing, that was pretty dang cute as well as funny. So that was definitely my favorite part. But you can find me as Patrick Static everywhere. You just got to spell my name wrong, and that's where you can find me on Twitch pretty much every day.
What if they spell your name right?
That you will not find me, but you'll find my other Twitch account that I do own because somebody was trying to stream as not me.
Really?
Yeah, I had like annoying. 500 followers on that, and then I had to get in touch with Twitch that somebody was impersonating me. So I now own 2 Patrick Static accounts. One is spelled correctly, one is spelled correctly, but not me.
So have you ever thought about going by spelling yourself correctly?
I've been thinking about like live stream from like on April Fool's Day, like, wait.
Where is everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. And of course,
Toast
moving
yourself.
moving on to our next character here, we have Ezra, who's played by the lovely Random Tuesday. Let us know what your favorite moment was tonight, and of course, where can people find you at?
I didn't mean to make a druid, but I guess I did.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Two of my favorite D&D spells, in fairness, are Speak with Animals and Speak with Plants, because I feel like they can be used in more situations than most people give
You and
them
I
credit.
share that. My DMs hate me because I talk to everything.
Yeah,
I
like,
love
I
it.
could talk to
them.
inanimate objects, I would.
Yeah, right?
But that means as a DM, I get to play those characters. So for instance, like with Cypher's like spawn thing, I was like, well, it's gotta have like a piece of her magic in it. And that's what I was like, oh, he's gonna totally talk like, you know, like chill, like Cypher talks, you know.
So yeah, making Cypher a mother was probably one of my favorite parts. And also like
You tried to eat her baby.
I did. Look, I didn't know I was alive. Okay, not in that way.
I can't believe you made
and-
2 of them too. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, well, you know, they committed to it. They committed to it. Yeah, that was probably that, and I think also Donkasus.
Yeah,
was pretty great. I'm sorry that Donkasus and Eon did not work out. I feel like they could have had a fruitful relationship,
I tried, man.
I'm hoping it would.
but it wasn't actually fruit.
he's a grumpy old Pegasus.
It's Pegasus, but grumpy and kind of old. My name is Random Tuesday. You can find me at Random Tuesday pretty much all the places: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I make a lot of cosplays, like this hat, for example,
Lovely.
was one that I just have. Or you can also find me on Roll For It on Sundays with Margaret Krohn. We are finishing up a masks campaign, teenagers being trash fires. So kind of similar to this concept. And so that's super fun. You should come watch it. 'Cause
I think
let's
we
be
might be
clear.
more of a trash fire.
they are more of a trash fire, and someone
Actually,
might die.
no, we get through story pieces. You all did not focus on the story piece at all. You
I made an oblivious character.
you got like one little story piece. The one who did pick up some story pieces and didn't get distracted by Pegasus, or Donkasus's. Donkasai? I don't know. The lovely, oh my gosh, ever so technologically advanced Cypher played by Little Red Dot.
Yes, it was tonight. I love this game. I'm also like, I'm always so punchy with this game because like my time it's like past 1 a.m. here, so like I stay up for this because I love it so much. But by the end, I'm like, I don't care what happens. Cypher doesn't care what happens. She's jacked up on energy drinks, and now she's a mother. And the character that has the most like mommy issues.
You do.
Cypher. She has the most mom problems. So
You
that's,
said you were wanting a pet though. You mentioned it.
I was gonna make a code monkey, but I guess now I have like an Audrey 2 style baby plant. I'm gonna.
You should make it like a sentient plant that has like a little robotic body that will just like roll around.
Oh, I ought to build a base for it. Okay, goals for next time: build a moving plant base for the baby.
Cypher.
Yeah.
Plant.
It's
my
gonna
God, so-
happen.
What was your favorite moment tonight, and where can people find you? at?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked. My favorite moment tonight. There's something that I really loved about clearing out the lunchroom. Like, there's something I just really loved about that moment where, like, no matter what we do, we cause chaos. And I feel like clearing out the lunchroom is that whole scene was just a real huge metaphor for how the year's gonna go for us. So favorite moment.
I'm
This is
afraid.
still our first day, technically, of like classes.
It's your first day of classes, your second day at the academy.
This would be our first official day of school, though,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, this is
Yeah,
your
so
first
we're
day of
already
classes.
like,
Feeling it.
yeah, well, this is, yeah.
We're nailing it. Yeah, you can find me online as Little Red Dot. I play a lot of tabletop RPGs, both on my channel, my Twitch channel, as well as over on Roll For It and other cool places throughout the week. So just follow me on Twitter, and I keep you up to date on all that.
Yeah, and I think Dot and I are playing on Saturday over on twitch.tv/roll4
We
at 10 a.m.
are.
PDT, we get to meet Dot's new character over there too, and oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm pretty stoked.
But yeah, thank you all for watching, and of course you can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places. This will be up on the YouTubes over at Margaret Crone Plays in the morning. We aim for 8 a.m. PDT. Actually, Boss is the one who
Yep,
kind of...
I get to be the editor for all this stuff, so
he's been helping me upload
Good
them, and
luck!
I get all the social up there, so it should notify you whenever that goes live, if you're just following all of our things. And if, of course, you're a subscriber and you're just tuning in, you can access it as soon as we end our stream here. We will go host somebody after this, but thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Bye!
bye.